Hi-oh, hello. Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm still there. I still have the funny fuzz filter. Hello, hello, hello. Look, chat. There's a new chat box over there. That's where you live. You live on the left side of the screen now. Peebus. Harper, you're the second person to put Peebus in that chat. Good job. Hi everyone. Hi. Sorry, as I started, I got a tremendous craving. Well, technically, like right before I started, I got a tremendous craving. So now I'm going to shove the rest of this hot dog in my mouth. And you can't see it, but you can only think about it. Oh. 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 Mm. Hot dog. Chat, I got a great load of bullshit and nothing for you tonight. I don't know how long I'll be awake for. I missed out watching Cars 3 last night. Because my bitch ass, yesterday, not the yesterday that just happened, but Tuesday going into Wednesday. No, it's Thursday going into Friday, isn't it? Oh, God. Yeah, so Wednesday night, I happened upon a nap that was not planned. So I wake up around, what was it, like 11:30 with a slight headache? This perpetuating headache that just keeps kind of like appearing and then leaving. So I get to watch Cars 2 instead. And then just as Cars 3 starting, my body does that thing where it's like, you're going to get up now. You're going to get up. You're going to leave the vicinity and you're going to go lie down. I was smart enough to at least grab my phone and continue in the VC there and watch like 7 minutes of it. But still to this day, I have only seen Cars 1 and 2. No. I had to at least watch 20 minutes of it because I remember seeing lightning fly through the air and get fucking destroyed. Like actually almost killed. It was savage. God, that movie's grim. But hi everyone. Good evening. Hello. Hi Harper. Congrats on first. Welcome in. Hi Shady. Hi Tasty. Hi Zet. Hi Scrotus. Hello Zentricus. Hello. If I missed you, scream at me. My eyes don't work that good. As you can tell, I have no pupils. I was about to load up the VOD. I'll take anything. Slaps his wrist, needs the vein up. I wish Bud's body had an urge to come to me and lay down. I can't come through the screen. I'm sorry, just it gets in the way. Spoilers, he gets better. Ah, lame. Hi Glow, welcome in. Come. I never noticed all the stars on your vest. It looks very beautiful. That are more shiz than I thought. No. I specifically for a little bit I was fucking with filters. Filter being this retro effect that made everything look bit crushed and destroyed. But in the effort to get a more unified the chat box, I had to turn that off to test it. And now I could keep it back on and make it continue to look like hell. But every once in a while, you know, the bit plays out. The bit plays out for now until I play the yeah. Ow. Ow, that's loud also. I forgot one new thing that's for me, not for you, for me, that I forgot to add into this scene. There he is. That's for me, not for thee. For me, not squee. Although I don't know why it's starting to put itself into indefinite decibels.
Hey, anybody else here gay?
There we go. There we go. Now he plays. But hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Blah 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 blah. Still works on the vest. Yeah, no, it does actually. It looks nice. I always like the static image and then the entity in front of it moving around. Some people hate that. I don't mind it. I think it's neat because it gives off a disconnected state of being. But hi everyone. Hi. I've been fucking with this thing called StreamerBot and I hate it. But on the other hand, now I can see both chats. So if somebody does appear anywhere within YouTube land, they'll pop up there. Very chowder. Ooh. Error, please use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds of this. Keyframes not being sensitive is an open widget. Why is it fucking up? No, I have that set. Yeah, as normal. Every time I try to do a goddamn dual stream, one of the two has to start yelling at me. Typically, nowadays, it's just YouTube. YouTube's just yelling at me. Okay, it looks fine now. I'm gonna leave you to your devices. But, I have the nice thing of, that's a combined multi-chat. So if anybody does pop up in YouTube, they even get their own little silly red badge. So we can point at them and go, look, stranger. Filler is like the mid-ala image from the Brazilian drug dealer. Yeah, it's a nice filter. But after a while, it does understandably strain the eyes. That's why I don't want to put it on the entire background anymore. For now. Small window of lenience. Don't worry, Scrotus. I'm very abrasive, blunt, and hard-headed. I'll eventually yell at everybody. You just gotta hang out long enough. But, oh, yeah. The reason why I have this now at my disposal. Why isn't it playing?
Hey, anybody else here gay?
There we go. For some reason, Twitter has been just feeding me a never-ending stream of clips, just constant clips of the TED Show, and yeah, Seth MacFarlane's funny. I'm sick of people trying to say otherwise. Yes, current modern Family Guy isn't that great, but he doesn't write that stuff. He just shows up to be voices. I don't think he's written since like season 2 or 3. No, it might have been a little longer than that. Yeah, there was a TED Show, and it's a prequel, and they didn't have to deal with Mark Wahlberg at any level. They just got some kid to be Mark Wahlberg but young. Hello, Harper. Congrats on being the first Twitch or YouTube user to type penis. Good job. Oh, cool. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, a few clips I've seen, pretty damn funny. Let me find the one. And this is where we begin the attempt at no DMC, and then straight into DMC territory. I mean, it's a Seth MacFarlane product. He makes money. Ultimately, if he's gonna churn out money, some peoples are gonna watch. Gummy bears everywhere. Did I like it? Please tell me I like. God, please tell me I like it. Bunch of nice artwork I can't show people, unfortunately. Oh, I can't show this. Look, they found Marge. But Marge, what do you mean you've been in Cairo this whole time? 35,000-year-old Egyptian sarcophagus found with carvings resembling Merge Samson. Pharaoh. You can't be playing that trap card instantly like that. It has a weird, funky combo. I do like this top reply on it, which is just, after 33 dynasties, they still got it. Oh man, Smiling Friends, it's gonna ride out on top for a long time. Also, new tinfoil hat theory. Zach and Michael seen the Warner Brothers sell as like a negative thing because they wanted to not be under the thumb of whichever evil corporation buys out Warner Brothers, so they intentionally stepped back before the deal was done just to be like, okay, so like who's buying it? Because honestly, I wouldn't want to work for Paramount. And now I'm really concerned about James Gunn's whole fucking DC universe. Thankfully, everything that he planned on doing for the first opening bit would be done by the time the merger's settled. But still, oof. Ancient merge feet.
Hello, wifey!
Hi, Schlorp. Hi, Schlorp. Welcome in. Ooh. Now, where the fuck is this goddamn... Oh, hi, Rathos. Ooh. No, not that one. No, not... You know... Kind of my fault thinking that I could just type in TED and find the exact thing I wanted without going over the gigantic fucking landmine field that is just... Yeah, that's a common name, dumbass. Ah, here it is. Never mind. Never mind. I'm a genius. Alright. I haven't even fucking watched Ted. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched the movie Ted or the sequel Ted. All I know is it's Seth MacFarlane as a teddy bear. Like them fucking Charmin commercials back in the day. This one clip has made me go, Azzy, you can't point out the thing that my brain's been screaming at me the entire time that I went here. And that this right here just looks like his massive hog flopped out. Hi, Azzy, welcome in. Ted 1 and Ted 2 movie night this week. I mean, maybe. Depending on how long I physically can sit in this chair without wanting to pass out. Also, look at him. Look at him all happy. Okay, I'm not alone. Listen, Azzy. Every day I see something and I'm like, that's a penis, or that's a hoo-ha, or them's titties, or that's just a succulent ass. And I keep it to myself because I know it's just my brain and the worms dancing. But yeah, it's always there. Hi, Azzy. So the first Ted in theaters, 'twas a good time. I mean, yeah, even with Mark Wahlberg being an insane fucking person, I'm not going to get into that. Yeah, I have confidence that Seth MacFarlane's funny. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten so many goddamn TV shows. New Nikkei event that built more lore and shit harder on worst character. New depressing Chikawa, and now Ted Hog jump scare. What a day. What a day. Also, a reminder to every streamer out there, if you want a very easy and fast I can draw on the screen. That's drow, not draw, idiot. I was close. You just pop open Microsoft Paint, you make it all green, and then you chroma key, and then you just never get to use the green color spectrum. But I use red anyway, it's fine. He slipped, he's a drow. Shh. Let's not get into that. Someone's gonna turn it weird. I already seen this fucking thing. I already seen these fucking freaks on Twitter today trying to say that tomboys being tan is some fucking weird race propaganda stuff, and I swear to God, I'm gonna start taking bats to people. Wait, that's cool as hell. Yeah. Desync fucking showed this off like 2 years ago now, I think, and this has been the easiest thing. That's why at any point I can just John Madden the fucking screen and be like, now you see Ted here with his big square massive hog. Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, that's right. There he is in Teddy form. Hi Jazza. Welcome in. Nah, Crow. Game Lord just established. She's a dumpster fire that cannot be redeemed. Anywho. If Hydroconic, welcome in. Not gonna lie, I'm a pirate software so hard now. I mean, I wouldn't. I know what you meant by that, but I've been keeping up to date with them. I wouldn't if I were you. I don't think Thor's making that much money anymore. In pirate software, Dad grumps. Ew, that sentence makes me ill. Also, why is well, I guess I kind of have to keep multi-chat under all this. Real quick, say hi, multi-chat. Looky. Also, I should probably eliminate the fact that the scrolling by chat is default to only YouTube. I gotta do stuff. I keep forgetting. Listen, I got StreamerBot and a bunch of shit on the back burner that I'm actually gonna set up and begrudgingly start drinking at my desk to get this all working. Haven't heard anything about that guy in ages. TLDR, he's still fucking he can't take criticism at any level, and it's still funny. He's somehow still holding on to like 2,000 people on average, but he has dropped a long way. Horrible string of words. Please don't type anything anymore ever. All right. The thing that I wanted to talk, the thing that I wanted to show, because it's stuck in my head, and this is probably gonna lead me to watch at least the first season, if not potentially the second.
Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing.
There he is. There's Mark Wahlberg, but he's like in high school.
As their song fills the air.
Gummy bears.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears.
Yeah. Again, this is enough. This is enough for me to watch a 20-minute TV program. There's also another clip, if I can find it quick enough, where I'm not sitting here aimlessly just talking about nothing and scrolling through various clips that for some reason a lot of them are, why is there so many Bill Clinton fucking videos? As I'm just trying to go through my life, trying to find Ted moments. Why is it Bill Clinton? Ah, here it is. Here's a clip from season 2 where he is a whore.
You are a strong, independent.
Oh, hey, Mrs. Fetchko.
Are you okay?
I keep seeing the raccoons
fine,
pop
thank
up
you.
in my feed every so now and
Well,
I can
you look
remember
like
a
a
single
whore.
episode. The raccoons was a weird show. I kind of remember the raccoons, but plot also escapes me completely.
Where the hell have you been?
Oh, I don't want to talk right now.
I want to point out this kid that's playing young Mark Wahlberg is playing a
You
fantastic
were
fucking
supposed to
young
drink
Mark
beer.
Wahlberg.
You never came back with the beer.
He's got his fucking cadence and accent down so well. So fucking well. I woke up half an hour ago. You can't hit me with that this early. What? Wait, what is the first part of that sentence? Hush, Lord. Did they father-son breast milk thief bonding? You know, father-son breast milk thief bonding, where they both raid the fridge and they both one arm over each other's shoulder as they the dad pours the breast milk in the son's mouth and the son pours it in the dad's mouth. you know, bonding. It's not gonna be every second's hilarious, but Seth MacFarlane, big band jazz reference. Yeah. He really likes that Cowboy Bebop. Ugh. Wait, does that mean Ted has a stuffed wiener? Listen, again, I've never seen any of the movies. I'm aware of Ted as a concept, but I have never seen any of the movies. Was the raccoons the one where the main character was an oversized shirt? It was like a sweater. It's like a red sweater. And he kind of had a nasally voice. And then yeah, the villain looked more akin to like an Oddworld business like entity. Dude in a suit with a cigar and very capitalist. Hee hee ho ho. Someone passed me the rope. What's that soy tweet that I thought was so funny? Funny dear lady. Media. Where's that fan art of her that she retweeted? Where the fuck is it? Oh, it would probably be in replies, you idiot. 'Cause you said it was a reply. Shut the fuck up. I'm looking for stuff. Because Schlorp said, get me the rope, I have to find the funniest rope-related comment that I've seen in a bit. Jesus Christ, how far do I have to scroll back? Why can't I be better at streaming?
Yes,
I have all these
sirree.
funny things
Thought
like,
about killing
at the
myself.
click of a button. There it is. I think this is the second time I've showed this artwork on stream, but I really appreciate it. Soy here, retweeting her own, retweeting fan art for herself. If I was a guy, I would have shot ropes so long Tarzan could swing with them. Every time somebody says, pass me the rope, for some reason, that just right in the center of my dome. Hello, Andy, welcome in. I saw fan art of character from Eugenics with Bush. Did Icy finally draw that? I seen someone ask for a character from Eugenics with gigantic bush, and then Justin Wang retweet it, and then Icy then go, should I draw this? Okay, so they did do it? Oh, that's good. That's good. I wish Bud would shoot ropes on me. I'm not Tarzan. Gummy bears bouncing around and everywhere. They're the gummy bears. Bush and Cheney? Hunting quail? Are we hunting quail today, kids? I don't want to. David Carradine? That's a belt. That's a belt. That's not a rope. But chat, how are you doing? How you doing collectively? Or individually? You know, depends on who wants to talk.
Come rope.
Oh, quit doing that. Quit doing that. Quit doing that. There's enough rope already, apparently. Stick a quail in your ass, they a tube. No, it's stick a quail in your ass and call it macaroni. I'm gonna force feed Bud Sink so he can bust huge loads. I think it needs more than that. I do know if you eat 4 whole things of celery, like not sticks, like whole fucking bundles of celery, that's how they get it pearly white. If we put Bud in ropes instead. Schlorp, funny enough, that is artwork in the Discord. Jabari art is already taken, but I'll take more. Collectively good. Tired. So like I had an unplanned, unexpected nap yesterday afternoon. And then after only being up for a handful of hours, at least I got to watch Cars 2, a banger movie. Excuse me. I passed out again. I have been awake for at least 14 hours. But my body says, no more. So I sit here in that constant state of my eyelids being very heavy and weighing down on me like a ton of bricks. But my bratty need to constantly be awake and do stupid shit is ever growing and punching them. Cars 2 has my favorite violent torture scene in any Pixar movie. There's a couple I can think of. Is it when they put Torque, aka Bruce Campbell, on the dyno, and they drive him till his engine explodes? Because there's also at one point when Michael Caine's character gets on the boat initially and sees the one secret agent. They don't get to see him get crushed into a cube, but we do get to see his corpse crushed into a cube, and that's kind of fucked up. And then there's a couple other random secret agents that kind of just explode. One guy just really does explode, and like they just don't even bat an eye at it. Man, Cars 2 is underappreciated. It's mainly because it was the Larry the Cable Guy movie. Which, I mean, I get that. I get why some people would want to completely ignore it. Not me. I think Mater's funny. Ooh. Oh no, I did that thing where I'm gonna sneeze, but like it didn't come out, and now it's just kind of tingling there. Fuck. Just go get the scissors. Just cut my whole nose off, and then I don't have to feel it. Yeah, that'll work. I like when those guys die, and then Michael Caine just starts chucking their corpses. Yeah, he does that a lot. Don't sneeze on the cat. There's no cat. Oh, this cat. No, it's fine. That's my little snot rag. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Ugh. I finger bugs. No digging for gold. No digging for gold. Someone's gonna hit one of my sinuses. Blood will start shooting everywhere. I'll start crying. Ugh. Though I'm not looking forward to the next 2 months, this month and the next one. But I am kind of sort of looking forward to not being in this apartment anymore because the mold is growing again. And I'm so sick and tired of trying to prevent it that at least where I'm going, I haven't seen any visible mold the last few times I was there. So that's a potential positive. Yummy blood? No drinking blood. It's my blood, it stays in my veins. You stay away. Stay away, you leech. I'm gonna hit you with a bat. I'm gonna hit you with a bat several times in the knees. Ugh. Also, Slay the Spire 2 came out. Has anyone played it? Because I dollars to donuts. It's the same game again. Still probably fun. But I don't know. I like deck builders. I just can't. I can't for the life of me play another one. There's fucking too many of those goddamn games. Ugh. But anywho, I digress. Because my brain is stuffed and I'm gonna die. Ugh. I have some crap to watch with you guys. If I have enough left in me, maybe we'll play a video game. No, Donkey Kong Congo Bongo is not the same. I mean, they're still cranky. And Diddy. Well, no, actually, we can't talk about him anymore. If Bud beat the brakes off me with a bat, I'd come. No shooting ropes like Tarzan. The ceiling can't handle it anymore. Alright, I have a bunch of shit. I have literally a bunch of shit. Not a lot of shit, but I've got some shit. I gotta quit overselling stuff. Okay. Of course, this time around, all I did was just copy and paste a bunch of links without giving myself the lovely joy.
I hate you!
Any of them are.
I hate the air that you breathe!
Hi, welcome in.
I hate the fact that you're even living!
Hope you're well.
You make
Good night,
me sick! You should not be alive! You should not breathe the same air I breathe! You are scum! You are below me!
Hello, Fudgy. Welcome in. Hope well. He's always so mean to me. He's always coming in and yelling. Hello, Nito. Welcome in. The one where they brutally combust Bruce Campbell's car. Yes, Torque. Great secret agent. Does the funny line of laughing at him, saying, "You look like that. You always look that ugly." Ooh. I'm gonna preload 17 goddamn links, and it's totally not gonna overload the memory on my PC, thereby causing some level of disconnection. Ooh. One less Brazilian in chat. One more billion Brazilians. Half of this crap was grabbed from the Discord. Oh yeah, that's the long one. And I'll put you more at the end, because I don't want to deal with that right away. Hold on. That is how his account comes up. Huh. I never realized. Alright, we put that to the side. Perfect. Alright, I've gathered all my dumb bullshit. Alright, let me start off with nothing important. And by nothing important, I mean Lego Batman. So actually really important. Shut the fuck up. Don't be a hater. What? Oh, poor YouTube stream. It is going to fucking die at this continuation. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Well, the plus side of living on a couch soon is at least the internet where I'm going is way better than what I'm dealing with now. Still bullshit, but anywho, in an effort to promote the upcoming video game, there is a fun little PSA trailer that dropped. And as stated, yeah, it really feels like they tried to go above and beyond with not mentioning the word goon at any point. Like, at no point.
The Bureau of Hench Person Services proudly presents Gotham City.
But yay, a video game is trying to do something besides just show content from it. They're having fun with it, with the advertisement. Remember when they used to do that?
Professional criminals, which means a wild, thrilling, and lucrative career awaits if you adhere to these.
Also, I'm still fucking shocked that they're gonna do the whole Prince album in this movie. They're probably gonna have like at least half the Prince album just available in this game.
Unique sense of style. So suit up and show off that squad spirit. Remember, matching thugs are intimidating thugs.
No Lego Bob? Yeah, I noticed that too.
It's scary when you're solo, so become pals with the Brute. They bring that extra special sauce known as the boom.
They're trying their hardest not to use the word goon. Yeah.
Especially because you've got to beware the Bat. Yes, the Bat Vigilante is real, and he is anti-thug. He may look like one of us with his themed costume and broody disposition, but he's extremely dangerous. So keep the following.
It is nice to see everything that they're going to be referencing. Like, I've seen Danny DeVito Penguin in this. We've got both the Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger, the Joker at least so far shown in this.
Kicks won't cut it. So grab a nearby sword, a trusty baton, or even an oversized shield to keep the Bat at bay. But fair
You can't do
warning,
Joker
Batman's
henchman without
gadgets will
Bob.
be cooler than yours.
He's
Just
model
accepted,
all
which is why
henchman
it's so
people
important
inspire to be.
roll with the
So
punches.
true, but
Without
we'll
the
find
proper
out.
form, you'll take
It
blows
literally
like
might
this,
come down to just
or
licensing.
this, or this. So when Batman hits you,
I know
you
Bob
shoot
had
backwards
a
immediately.
specific.
Then act dazed and confused.
Bob had a very specific model toy figure when the movie came out, but I don't know if they continued on bothering the hyper specific fucking licensing to get just him.
Cash, but you also get free admission to the coolest club in town, the Iceberg Lounge. But wait,
Oh my
there's
God.
more. Don't forget our excellent health and dental plan. The facilities and staff may not be board certified, but their care is guaranteed to put a smile on your face. So welcome aboard, and we'll know you'll go far. Well, as far as Batman can throw you, that is.
Okay, the more things I see out of this, the more it feels like I'm just going to be playing like all the Warner Brother movies. But yay, that comes out May. I'm excited. Late May, basically June. What? Hey, look, there I am. Why does it say 1 day ago? It's happening now. Why does it say 1 day ago? It's happening now. Can I watch myself? Why does it say 1 day ago? It's happening now. Can I watch myself? Why does it say 1 day ago? It's happening now. Oh no, it's gonna do that thing, isn't it? Can I watch myself? Oh. Oh, this is the worst. It's gonna do that thing, isn't it? Oh. Now it's gonna do the infamous, and then this asshole's gonna fucking say it. Yeah, you just said it. Now it's gonna do the infamous, and then this asshole's gonna fucking say it. Yeah, you just and then he's gonna repeat himself. Yeah, see, he did it again. Yeah, and then he's gonna repeat himself. Yeah, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 of them so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see them all the way down there? I see 8 of them so far. Can you see the 10th one now just spawn? The multiverse truly is vast. Can you see them all the way down there? I see 8 of them so far. Can you see the 10th one now? And yet it just keeps looking like the same bullshit over and over, as if every spoonful of slop. And yet it although technically different, like the same bullshit over and over, is just the same slop. Although technically different. Hi Frank, welcome in. Is just the same slop. A little Diablo stream, huh? Although technically different. Hi Frank, welcome in.
Poggers!
What? Huh? You don't get the infinite anymore. Whoa, thank you, follow though. Whoa, where'd he go? You don't get Give me my cat back. Anymore. Bring me my cat back. Whoa, thank you, follow though. Whoa, where'd he go? Give me my cat back. Anymore. Bring me my cat back. Thank you, follow though. Whoa, where'd he go? Summon ye. There he is. Alright, I'm done with this bit already. You follow death thingy. My sauce. Yes, chat. I know that this is literally just pulled from my BRB screen. But he did bring up this exact part, and this is how I remember it every time. You fucking bitch!
The cost for Saturday. Raw spaghetti laser beam. Oregano.
Wasn't the unholy ravioli was there? Did he just turn the paper into a raw piece of spaghetti? Was he the wrong?
Well,
why did you come here? Just to criticize my cooking and sabotage my restaurant? I will not allow it. For 15 years I run this restaurant. Not a single customer can resist.
Pasta crimes, pay with pasta time. Oh. And then you pick up a banana and it turns into a gun.
Really good. I can't want it.
What? No way.
Here it comes. He's gonna say the line.
My sauce! My sauce! My sauce! My sauce! My sauce!
Melinguini, 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 Melinguini. It's fucking stupid.
Never put the linguine in my fucking toast bread again.
Golden win. Woo! Pizza, 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 pizza. Hi, Froggy. Hi, Froggy. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. Sorry, spoilers. Oh, funny enough, I did finish watching the new bit of Baki. I can't wait until next part. Though, god damn it, I'm so sick and tired of Netflix just uploading an anime entirely in like one day. I'm intentionally watching it only a handful of episodes at a time so I can at least appreciate it and not just have all of it bounce off me the second I'm done watching. This is how it went down. I was there. You were there in Italy? Italian, I see. Sir, you are facing the wrong side to be stuck under the bed. No, he explains it in a second. See, it's the day in the life of an shit fire.
You can call me a shit maker.
Shit
My
maker.
job is to make things shitty. The official title is Enshittificator. What I do is I take things that are perfectly fine and I make them worse. More specifically, I make it shitty.
Aww.
I come from a long
There's a long
of
line.
people making things shitty. My father was an
You can wait over
enshittificator.
there near the door.
His father before him and his father before him.
But very
So,
cute of you to
yeah,
say.
It's a proud tradition in our family, making things shitty. But it is hard work.
I
And,
fucking
it's
kill
not
this
very
man
cost-efficient
for drying out the
to do it like
markers.
this. I can only be in so many places at one time. So I needed a way to scale up the business.
See, this enshittification thing, though, this is just what I do for, like, the idea of streaming.
Right in my lap. Enter the internet. All of a
Fuck,
sudden,
he's now trying to
I
take
didn't
my
have to
thing.
move around to make
Listen,
things
I'm here
shitty.
to shit up the
I could
internet.
just stay in one
I'm here
place
not
and
to
make things
be,
shitty
like,
for way
good.
more people at the same time.
And here.
And that's when
You
things
can't do
really
that.
started to move.
Go saw
Got a
off another
favorite
table
website?
leg.
Let's fill it with pop-ups. Preferably scam. Enjoying a video? Oopsie.
Ad.
Ad break. Oh, you bought an expensive phone? Great. Here's an update to make it shitty. Let's say you have 1,000 pictures of your deceased mother. Oh, so sad.
Oh, so sad.
What do? I make you pay for it. The memories may be yours, but the photos, they're mine. So it's very important. It needs to be nice at first.
Also, I seen that apparently tier list or tier maker, whatever the fuck the website is, now has a subscription mode. I don't know if that's real,
You're not happy with the way
but
some
it wouldn't
people
shock
liked
me that the
friendship.
website's trying to get you to give
What
it
do you
money.
do?
Hi,
Contact
dipshit.
customer
Hope
service.
well.
Here,
Welcome in.
Talk to completely useless
He doesn't have
chatbot.
that Canadian elf bow swag.
No human,
I'll show you fucking elf swag, pants grab.
Here's
It
my
swags
favorite
between
part.
my
Let's say
legs.
someone starts an alternative service. What do? We buy them.
You pay $5 to put something in top 5S tier. Oh
Make
no.
people dependent enough.
Well, if
And
I get that
then
option, I guess I gotta redo the tier list now.
You sell me.
Slime is still... The slime actually is probably gonna be the top 5 tier
I'll buy
then.
your car. Now what? I don't have any more money. You have me in the palm of your hand. You can crush me.
Don't squeeze that hard. Don't
So what do you
squeeze
do?
that hard.
Updates.
It
Radio.
doesn't have that Canadian
Premium
elbow
feature.
legged
Heating. Premium feature. Now I have a shitty
Epic
car and I
legend.
can't afford a new one. But what I can
give
afford
goblins some
is
gold.
a small
Give
monthly
goblins some
payment.
gold.
Make it shitty!
I don't like this guy.
Future.
I don't like this guy because he's too
Future's
accurate to
looking
what
bad.
everything has been for the past few years.
Braking is now a premium feature. Please enter your credit card details.
Oh, I was hoping that was for his car and he was gonna get the comeuppance. Buying girlfriend for 10 gold. You think I'm only worth 10 gold? Only? Oh shit, there he is again. Kill him. Alright, this is another Kote animation. I love this channel. Because every time I send it to a new person, they go, "What the fuck did you send me?" This elf is worth at least a horse. What do you mean by this? What did you mean by this? What did you mean by this? Now, while you wait to answer this question, yeah, but what do you mean worth at least a horse? Like you're gonna get me a horsey? Because I can't afford like the shelter and like all the food.
Dude, what the Why are you fucking here, man? You're
Bah?
so
Oh,
old.
yeah,
Where's
the
your
boo-boo.
wife? Go home to your family,
boo-boo.
dude.
Have I seen any RE9 stream? No, I've been keeping relatively far away from it. The only things I've seen are Leon S. Kennedy's wacky X game dirt bike rally. That's really funny that's thrown in there. Tiny girl gets a handgun the size of a cannon, and one single image of Leon at the end of the game looking like the most beat up fucking shell of a man. And I think that's enough. Now, it's not to say that I don't like Resident Evil, but I don't care when new thing comes out and I don't already have like a lot of investment in it and I'm bombarded with it. Also, the sneeze is coming. Oh, my pants are sticky. Ugh. Spoiler, Leon is in RE9. Fuck! I didn't need to know that. Thank you. Does he take his pants off? Probably not. Probably Mod, actually. The direct scene is really odd, considering everyone who I've seen play is like, whoa, this is cool, I am coming my jorts. And when they hated that shit in RE6. No, see, you gotta remember, Resident Evil 4 was the template, and because Leon's doing it, it's perfectly fine. We see Leon doing it, we all clap. Like trained little seals. Because they want that old man dick. Some of the people out there are just completely transparent about this want and need, the thirsty, lustful need. And that I appreciate, but other people are trying to hide it and be like, oh, well, you know, it's just a cool action scene. No. You just want to be topped by the man who looks like he's dying of the whatever moldy T-virus is going on. Anywho. Where's my horse? Where is? And don't try to pull some weird Vosh thing and then say you're not an elf anymore, you're a goblin. Because I will not tolerate this. I will not tolerate this. I will launch you into the moon. I wish Bud would train my seal. Club it to death? Club you to death? Club you to death. There's another meaning for seal that could be in that, but I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of talking about those things. Damn it. I forgot. Violence also works. Anywho, this is Kote Animation. This is Zoo Dystopia. The snake wants the book. I have not watched either Zootopia, actually, now that I think about it. But I have read that infamous fan comic, Club Seals. That's true. Oh my god, look, that's the snake right there. That's a fucking snake that wants your book. Whoa. Anybody who's seen Zootopia 2, can they confirm Judy Hopps beats the shit out of this rabbit? And
Wait, I'm human too.
Oh god.
Are we friends?
Нет.
I really am strongest bunny.
Oh, since reptiles exist in Zootopia, that means that
Bunny.
one lone caravan music video is canon. She is Bunny. Now, don't ask why I put this on. Just understand that there is some dedicated animators out there still just making things as passion projects and not for some sick, twisted need. This is not that. This is a sick, twisted need. Ugh. I don't like that I seen Adam Friedland's face there. Anywho. Now we enter a small portion of time where everyone collectively gets a little hungry. I'm doing it ahead of time, but it's your Joe video. Joel's hung? What?
Well, hello everybody.
Well, Joe, I
It's
appreciate
good
the
to see
music
you because
change.
We're headed over to McDonald's to try out their, you guessed it, the Big Arch Burger. We're going.
Chat, have you seen a burger CEO in the last 48 hours try to mog on another burger CEO with a big bite? Because man, it's just, they got the no Draconic. That wasn't a bad actor. That was literally the current CEO of McDonald's. That was literally the current CEO of McDonald's trying to take a bite out of a burger, later saying, well, no, I'm vegan, which makes all of that even more confusing. Hi, Chef. Welcome in. Our new burger product. That bun tastes good that I've taken a Squidward style bite out of. McDonald's CEO did fuck up. It's free marketing to dunk on him. Yep. Which many Burger Shacks have. Seen A&W do it, Burger King do it, Wendy's do it. And it's just an easy thing, because at the end of the day, why the fuck did they make somebody who doesn't even eat beef? Is it a humiliation ritual? Is it intended to try to tank? I just don't know. I don't know. Getting a Wendy burger in his honor. Big, juicy, delicious Baconator. But do you remember when Jack from Jack in the Box had an attitude? Well, as a Canadian, I don't know what the fuck a Jack in the Box is, but I do remember seeing some dude in the 90s or 2000s walking around with his big, stupid snow cone head, which apparently wasn't an ice cream cone. He was actually just a clown. He's a clown. He's a fucking clown. But he's in a business suit, so I guess he's more of a clown and worse of a clown at the same time. It sucks, but it's cheap. Well, cheap is depending on what your bottom dollar is. Me, nothing's cheap. No fast food is cheap or worth it, except for maybe... you know what? Little Caesars still got my back. I wish Bud would jack in my box. That's a lot of fist movement if I'm jacking in a box. Ugh. Actually, funny commercials. Yeah, no, the commercials back in the day were humor. The commercials back in the day were kind of funny when he just showed up and was kind of being like an antagonizing dick, but also it was the style at the time.
Going to break it down to its bare essentials, tear
Burrito
it
from
all
Taco
apart,
Bell really
give
good.
it a fair
Ooh.
score right here within the city limits of Fairmount, Georgia.
No, I
Before I
want
get started, I'd like to send a
Taco Bell,
special shout
but I
out
can't
to
get
Robert
Taco
and the
Bell.
Waterville,
I already
Washington
ate.
Shockers. Thank you for tracking me down, inviting me into your classroom. Ching Ling, a very happy birthday to you.
You got
Enjoy
invited
your
into a
food.
classroom?
Molly, happy birthday to you, and thank you for supporting the channel. Carmela, Kyan, Jasper, Malachi, Hannah, I want to wish each and every
No
one of you
Taco
a
Bell,
very
no.
hungry, happy birthday.
No,
The
today
McDonald's new Big Arch
was
Burger, which is the biggest burger
go
on the
get
menu,
an
is made
entire
up of
rotisserie
2 quarter-pound
chicken
beef
and then
patties,
eat
3
both
slices
the
of white
breasts
cheddar
on it
cheese,
and then
slivered onions,
cut
lettuce
up the
pickle,
rest
Big
and
Arch
throw it in the
sauce on a
fridge
toasted
for later.
sesame and poppy seed bun. A single
So I'm full
unaltered
of
Big Arch
half,
burger will
well,
overwhelm your dietary
a
needs with
third of a
1,020
rotisserie
calories, drop
chicken.
1,760 milligrams of sodium onto your unsuspecting circulatory system. I have
God
the full
damn, it's a lot of
nutritional
sodium.
information on the screen and in the description below. When you head over to McDonald's to pick up one of these, be prepared to shell out a hefty $8.89, or you can make it a medium combo for $12.99 before taxes
I
in
was getting
Georgia.
cat food
Now
from
it's time
Walmart
the
for
moment
myself
of
and I
truth.
happened
Roll the
upon
drive
some
through
cursed ramen.
McDonald's in
It's spicy?
Cartersville,
Oh,
Georgia.
Totino's cheese pizza ramen.
Big
That's
Arch
fucked
time.
up. Someone should tell Mint. Someone should tell Mint Costello that's a real item. Hello?
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Will you be using the mobile app?
No, ma'am.
What can I get for you?
Could I get 4 Big Arch burgers and a medium diet? Yeah, 4 Big Arches.
I should just see hamburger and no other context. You have that option. You could also dump it in the Discord, in her Discord.
Anything else? I'm sorry.
Could I get a medium Diet Coke?
You can.
Okay,
And what else for you?
that's all I need.
Alright, so 4 Big Arch burgers and a medium Diet Coke.
Yeah, 4 Big Arch burgers. Yeah, got it.
That's
4
gonna
Big
be
Arch burgers.
$40.18 at the first window.
Thank you.
$40 fucking dollars.
Good afternoon.
Good.
Here's your Diet Coke. I'm gonna pull you up to number 1 for the Big Arches. They're made to order, so it's gonna be about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya.
You have a great day.
Basically just tasted like tomato soup, sadly. Ah! You know what? It's better than it tasting like
I've
shit.
got my Big Arch burgers. Let's get over to the side.
So it
Dude,
sounds
Joe's
like on
hungry.
paper it
Check
should have
it
probably
out.
tasted like shit.
Big Arch number 1 is 143.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Big Arch number 2 is 142.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Big Arch number 3 is 144.7 degrees Fahrenheit. If you've been watching my channel, you know I like my temperatures at 140 degrees or above. I would have liked to see these a little bit warmer than this. They claim they were fresh made.
They're made to order, but that means that they took the already pre-cooked burger patty out of the thing.
Well, they're
I
within
love this guy when
parameters.
he
So
does
today,
the burger
McDonald's,
spin.
Cartersville, Georgia
Yes.
20, you passed
It's
the
always
Joe's
nice
Hungry
the level
temperature test.
of
Now it's time
effort
to
he puts in
open the
any of
bun.
his videos.
Take a good
I
look
make
at
sure
the
to
burger.
welcome in.
Check out
I was
that
just one where the
very
CEO is like, I do
special
enjoy
sauce.
this
Head back
product
to the studios
every day,
and-
just like average
Dude,
Joe.
Joe's hungry.
Watch as I
Wait,
bite
what
just the
McDonald's you
buns.
got by on that
Because I'm
temperature test? The
vegan,
next
but they got the
question I have
vegan
here,
fucking
can
guy
you make all these
to
guys the
sell
same
the
size?
burger
How's
through a
your
bite
portion control this
demonstration. The
morning?
dumbest
Well,
fucking
we're
thing.
gonna find out when we take off for this box. In other words, set the chair on the scales.
And to call it a product for legal reasons. Well, yeah, it's not real. It's McDonald's. God, I've been saying this for years, if not like a decade and a half. McDonald's is stunt food that I would eat before I could get real food. It's not real cheese on my burger, it's stunt cheese. Now apply that to everything else within the confines of the little cardboard box they give you. Oh, but did you see the cover of Bucky Matai for talent show? I did. I forgot to reply saying that was a good job. You can see it too. It's in the Discord. But yeah, that CEO doing that fucking commercial is the dumbest fucking thing I've seen in a bit. Oh, the burger spin and the burger reveal. No. Then the burger
Big Arch number 2 is 11.88 ounces or 337 grams. Big Arch number 3 weighs
my country's food is 100% natural.
336 grams. Well, the difference
I mean, every country has natural food. It just happens that most fast food in America is not because they don't have good regulations.
Well, McDonald's, they don't have any serving weights and
I love my slop burgers.
Oh, about that, except
give me my pizza. Oh,
do the math, and you come up with a not too.
Give me my burrito that's so far away from the Mexican border that I don't know at what point it was even considered. But I'm thankful. The lack of not pushing away other cultures for their food is very, very net beneficial for tummy. You're welcome, Nino. Stop changing angles so much. No, he needs to show all aspects of it. If he could stick a camera inside of the burger while he's taking a bite, he would. Joe? No? Joe? I've been saying this for a long time, but like all these big fucking companies need to just start going towards these tiny little content creators and giving them fucking some interest, because typical marketing is dumb and stupid. You could just give Joe 10 grand in a little thing that says, hey, you get to go to this McDonald's and just eat for free. And I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty good. Reviews Bros situation. I'm gonna be honest. Review Bros situation, and I haven't in-depthly looked into this, but all the fucking like shitty ratings that he keeps saying that all of his local places have because he's in fucking Florida, that definitely leads more credence to all these corporations if they want Review Bra, one of the oldest YouTubers, to give their opinion when it comes to this shit. Any net benefit or positivity towards the brands, they probably need to go down there and heavily fucking like repair some franchises. They sound like those buildings that they're in are falling apart for fuck's sakes. Bleh. I'm tongue-tied and I'm tired and I want to die. You could give Joe a punch in the face, and he would record it in multiple angles. Did Review Bra orchestrate a hit while eating In and Out? No, he just watched someone get hit, and he just rolled through it. We got moldy bread. Ew. Aki.
And this is what they'd have you believe it looks like. Well, we've seen what it looks like, and we saw how much it was. Not that bad of a price. As far as
I don't know, $10 for a fucking burger is pretty steep.
An unattractive looking burger. Does it look like it's ad photos?
Fuck no.
No, not really. I mean, it kind of resembles it. Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Well, now it's time for the final test, the definitive test. The Joe is Hungry bite test. So it is. Bite test, engage.
Yeah, it harkens back when, I don't know how long ago this was, when they had those artisanal burgers. And they tried to make really fancy burgers a thing at fucking McDonald's of all places. The video because he looks in the camera. If you're wondering what that sound was, it was just a passing car, don't worry about it. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. what if quarter pounder was a Big Mac?
The hamburger buns seem to be pretty fresh and held up relatively well.
They
The
just
burger
took out a
patties
chunk
were
of bread?
well-cooked, meaty, and savory, and still retained their juiciness. The pickles, lettuce, and fresh
Pickle!
onions, they were crispy, and as far as the cheese goes, there was absolutely no shortage of that. The Big Arch sauce was tangy and tart and tended to bring out all the other flavors. The onion strings on the bottom of the burger. even
Again, I
they were
miss the
still crispy.
Wendy's.
With that being said, let's head back to the
I miss the
beginning of video.
Wendy's
See what Shadow Joe
Krabby
thinks,
Patty
and
because it
do
had
the
that
Jolly
Thousand
Hungry
Island
Sneakadoodle
dressing that was
Bite.
so
Sneakadoodle
good.
Bite number 1. Sneakadoodle Bite number 2. Sneakadoodle Bite number 3. It is juicy. I would have liked to see it a little bit warmer. That special sauce, I can taste it. It has a bit of tanginess. The lettuce seems fresh. We're not getting a massive amount of crush factor here. Let's go ahead and let the self-proclaimed expert give this thing a score. If you don't know the scale is 1 to 10. 9
Why
being the
he
best.
watching
Anything above
another
9
video
being
like
less
a
than
cock?
It's
What the
almost
fuck?
never achieved. 5 and down is that slippery slope to the pits and depths.
No, that's
Fast
Shadow
and
Joe.
hell.
That's
Let's
him.
go ahead
That's
and give
Joe when he goes
this
to get the
the number
burgers.
that it truly
And that's regular
deserves.
Joe there.
McDonald's. When I first saw the price on this, I thought it was kind of high. But with the amount of burger you're getting, it's really not that bad. You have a good flavor combination. I don't have any major issues with prep. I actually kind of like the flavor.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll
Shadow
go
Joe.
7.0. That is my number. This is my review. And hopefully I will see you in the next video.
Yo, you've been getting kinder and kinder on these reviews. Ever since his fucking Bitcoin burger, I swear. Alright, now, the real master of the craft gets to weigh in.
This
It's
is
review bra
Running
time.
on
Yippee!
Empty Food review.
He did really love that fucking
You don't know
Bitcoin
how
burger.
long I've been waiting for this exact moment right here. I think all of us, at least most of us, have, I would assume, something to look forward to in life. Something that we think, well, no matter what, I'm just going to keep on pushing, you know? Anything. This is what's
He
kept
gave
me
it
going.
like an
Big
8.5
arch.
or a 9.2 or
Sit
something.
there
Something
and think
really
to
high
myself,
like that.
you know what? When things look bleak,
I think it was an 8
thought to
something, but
myself, one day,
I'd be shocked if
one
it was a
day,
9, but still.
McDonald's is going to release the Big
But the
Arch.
first YouTuber to ever record directly from
It
Argentina.
got me through everything.
Wowie.
And now it's finally here.
Finally
Big
here.
Arch from McDonald's. That's right. This is that you could see. I'm so excited about this. It's the Big Arch. What more needs to be
There's a
said?
lot of pain
It's the
behind those
Big
eyes.
Arch.
He's tired. He's so tired,
the
but he's
little
also
arch.
Floridian, so.
It's not the medium-sized arch. It's the Big Arch. And it's at a big price, too. $11 for the Big Arch. But it's the Big Arch. So, I mean, who am I to question the price? It should be $1,100, honestly. It's the Big Arch, right?
God damn.
It's from McDonald's.
The Big Arch.
The Big Arch. 2 quarter-pound beef patties. Of course. Because it's the Big Arch. 3 slices. of
Her new
white
burger
cheddar
product,
cheese.
the Big Arch.
Should be
We
glad
love
it's not
product.
4. It's the Big Arch.
Please consume
It's
product.
got crispy.
Wrap
and
them lips
slivered
right
onions.
around product and
Cause it's the Big
slowly
Arch.
but
It's
gently,
got lettuce,
succulently.
pickles, the Big Arch sauce.
I can't think of any
which is
funny
supposed
words
to
for
be
this.
tangy.
Hi, Bun. Hi, Raiders. Hello, 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 hello.
Like a mustard, pickle, and
Raiders, do you like the Big Arch? Oh, Incriminating Edda. Hi, welcome. Hello, 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 hello. Double raid, double raid. Hello, hello, hello. Gnoming it up, gnoming it up, gnoming it. Hello, gnoming raiders. Hi, welcome. Hi, I'm Bud. I am the Eeper today, so I'm sorry that I am low energy, but there is nothing new about this. Oh, thank God the robot does it. Oh, yeah, that's right, the robot does it. Oh, all hail the robot overlords. I fucking love them. Well, hello. I'm Bud. Hi. My only net benefit. I have a Labubu on my hip. See the Labubu. See the creature? See the creature. Don't call it bad. It's doing the shoutouts for me, so I can be lazy. Call streamer bad. They're not doing their job. But hi everyone. Hi. In an effort to continue to annoy people online with my presence, we're watching Slop. We're currently watching Review Bra review the product. You know the one. That good burger product. But hi, I hope you had the fun time. What were you doing? What were you doing? Shakes you violently, shakes you violently. What were you doing? Thank you, follow. Shakes you violently, shakes you violently. Do you see? But I hope you're having a good day and happy. I'm so gay. I mean, tired. But I'm doing good. I had a big chicken. Gnome thievery game. Is it that little gnomon? Is it that game where you're the tiny little gnomes and you go in the home and you steal that man's cigarettes? Yeah, that game looked good. That game looked good. Did a lot of gnoming. Yeah. I remember May screaming about that when the demo first dropped. But thank you again for the raid, you two. If you need to go raid and run, I understand. Either way, I demand you both get up and move and allow blood flow to regularly course back through your body instead of it pooling in your feet. Also, maybe potentially get a sippy. Get a nice big dink of water. I'm gonna go eat food. Yeah, you go munch food. Alright, bud, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Corporate said you can't call it a burger. You gotta call it a product. But you can't call it or refer to it as a burger. Is that same workaround where if I ever finally give in to the ungodly temptation of that funny other blue website, that I don't call it my penis, I just keep referring it to the product on that one link that I can't post here? Listen, chat, you are allowed to enjoy and observe the product, but you're not allowed to talk about the product here. Other eyes are on you constantly. Pay no attention to Dan Clancy picking up the e-thoughts and dumping them on their head. Exactly. I'm big brain. I'm Paul Marketing Big Brain Man. Look how big and enlarged my head is from knowledge. What? Don't worry about it. And now, once again, to ping useless bits of data to make sure my fucking connection doesn't drop. Yay! You know, that, again, I hate that I'm going to be couch surfing in like 2 months, but at the same time, at least the first place I go to has fantastic internet. So if I'm allowed to stream, I get a fucking really good stream quality. His enraged, raging brainer. Oh, it's so big and throbbing and full of knowledge. Here in my garage. Here in my garage with the belt around my deck. Reading a book. Oh, why? I blame Jazza for saying David Carradine earlier in chat. Nah, it's just gonna keep creeping into my fucking mind. Hello, Bulgarian. Welcome in. Hello. Boo. So hi, Rose Snow. I forgot to say hi to you. I am sorry. So sorry. But yeah, let's go back to the master at his work and explain to us the product that you should be consuming.
And it's available at the price of $11.
Fuck, that's still too fucking expensive.
It's the Big Arch. And I'm going to be reviewing it for you.
$11 American dollars for it is basically just a fucking
not thrilled about the
Big
price
Mac
one bit,
without the
but
center
aside
of
from
bread.
That, might be good having fun with this. At least trying to.
You have a stalker on your property?
That was a squirrel. It's scampering over to McDonald's.
Oh, it was
now. It just
Harupi.
heard
Harupi's
about
on
the wonders of the
Review
Big
Bras
Arch.
property trying to steal burger.
Look at that. Special packaging.
Understand? Sorry, product. I gotta keep.
And that's the
I gotta
golden
stop
arch.
calling
See,
it
that's not to be
burger.
confused with the
That's
Big
not what
Arch.
it is. It is product.
All right. It also comes with a special bun, by the way. It's supposed to be
He
sesame
already
seed and
sounds
poppy seed.
defeated. He has not been having some great
Now we cannot come
things in the last
blasphemy
few reviews.
against the big arch. So don't think that's
Well,
what I'm doing. Despite all of my sarcasm here.
I went to bed unexpectedly yesterday afternoon, way earlier than what was originally planned, hence why there was not a stream. Because
After
I
that
mainly
utter
stayed up way
failure
longer than I was expecting.
that I still can't get
I
over
woke
in the
up
last review.
midst
For that stupid
middle of the
pizza.
night-ish, and I was able
From
to
Papa
watch
John's.
Cars
So
2,
hyped
which
up.
was very nice. And then as Cars 3
hope
was
this is
playing,
actually
my body decided to drift
something
off
to,
into slumberness. And then when I awoke,
say
what
nice
was it,
things
like
about
10 a.m.?
That'd be nice.
I have been
I would really like that.
busy with a lot of nothing. I think I've walked the city that I'm currently in twice over today.
You see all
Having
the
to run
ingredients
around and
there.
do a bunch of bullshit.
Alright.
But I did get a rotisserie chicken.
So
I got to eat
you know what's
rotisserie
on
chicken.
It. I know what's on it. We all know what's on it. And now let's try it out. The Big Arch. From
Take a bite
McDonald's.
just like the
Going
CEO did. Yeah, look at that bite. Look at
Real
that big bite.
For a big
That
arch.
big bite for a big arch. Review Bro's been doing this for what, like 17 years now?
Couldn't
God,
keep
he's
a
so
straight
good at
face
it.
doing that, but I had to.
It literally has been the easiest dunk for like a shit ton of companies though this past week, just to knock on the biggest burger shack.
Not that my actual bites are much better.
It's true, you just have very dainty little tiny bites. And again, I point out his long, thin, slender, like Nosferatu-like appendages. Look at his fingers. It's way more apparent when he goes to pick up the water, and he palms the glass of water, and he's got his claws wrapped around it. Burger.
Take one more bite.
Anti-fanboy bites versus Raging Gator Man swallowing. Swallowing? Blushes? POV, you're on a date with me, and I keep showing you them enjoying my burger by showing you how many bites I've taken out of it. Do you see?
You know what?
Do you see?
For all the smack talk, as they say, that
I'm
I
sure it's a
talked,
perfectly
you know,
fine McDonald's
gave about
product.
this earlier.
Yummy McDonald's product.
I like it. The only thing I don't like about it is the price. But aside from that, for a McDonald's
$11
release,
is
especially in
kind
in
of
this day
fucking
and age,
expensive.
I actually like it. I kid you not. You might say, "Oh, you McDonald's shill, right? What is there to like about it?" Honestly, I enjoy the whole thing. I think this is actually one of the better McDonald's releases
Better?
in recent times. I say that because I think about it this way, right? When it comes down to so many Burger King releases now, the item is actually just plain disgusting. Like it's hard, in my opinion, to make a burger.
I would say good job,
not
bud,
even
every
want to
time.
pick up and eat.
Yippee!
But the Big Arch here from McDonald's, it actually looks
No, but do you eat the product
pretty
with or without the
appetizing.
peel?
Obviously, nothing is,
Straight
really-
through the cardboard
there are
container.
exceptions, granted, but nothing is almost ever.
That's
picture
the
perfect
crunchy
compared to
shell
the
that
bag,
makes
but,
sure
you know,
that
it
it's
looks
gonna
pretty good.
digest good.
It's definitely
Treat it like
it's
the
overpriced.
fiber.
It
God, they
shouldn't be
really
$11,
should
but
just
all
make the
things
cardboard
considered,
boxes into like
it is a big,
edible
a big
fiber.
burger. And looking at it, you can see the sub.
Here. McDonald's, if you want to like be ahead of the curve in what will be maybe hopefully the eventual future and outlawing of fast food products, make everything biodegradable by making it an edible, like fibrous product that you can just eat through the box to help you poop. If they're putting probiotics in the cola, they should put fiber in the wrapper. I can get better for half price at In-N-Out. Hi widget. Hey, maybe before this year's done, I'll finally step into America, like is somewhat proposed a few times in the past couple years, and I'll finally get to enjoy what this In-N-Out burger is. I think it's going to be slob.
Substance to it. But biting in, what I immediately noticed is actually pleasantly the quality.
Also, China's on the table.
Especially
At least
from
for
McDonald's,
a
you
nice
know,
week
which has gone
vacation.
downhill more and more these days. This is quite refreshing, truth be told.
Unless it's a local thing,
tender,
I feel everything's
juicy,
overrated at this
good
point.
amount of meat. It's just not. It's not just this garbage, just chopped up and mashed together, and just absolute. I was going to. Actually going to use an expletive to describe it, but I held.
He
my
was gonna
tongue at the
say
last
doo-doo
possible
caca.
second for the sake of monetization. It's not.
Hey,
heavy,
sometimes the grease is really
right?
good
It's
when I'm
actual, at least it tastes and
hungover
seems,
or getting
anyway,
close.
like actual meat.
That stuff's
Like I
needed.
said, juicy, flavorful, definitely a good amount of meat too, every single bite. So the quality of the beef, I'm happy with. Just as the base as a hamburger, I like it.
Burger.
The white cheddar cheese is there. It's not dripping off like you see in the advertisements, but it's definitely there, and definitely cheesy as well. You definitely do taste it. It holds it all together too. Gives it both structure and flavor.
Is it like glue?
So, an enjoyable
Enjoy my
cheeseburger.
slot burger. Oh, hell yeah.
I was initially concerned about the onions, because again, it had both the crispy onions and the slivered onions, and sometimes it could just be over the top. It could
Sliver
be
onions?
just
They'll
like
make
over
fucking
the
slivers
top.
out of anything.
In
God
this
damn
case,
it, Wizards
wasn't
of the
though.
Coast.
The crispy
Cheese-flavored food
onions
products are
really just
widely
give it
used
some
across the
texture,
food
nice little
industry,
crisp to it.
leveraging real
The
cheese,
slivered
cheese
onions are
powders,
there, but it's not
concentrates, and
overwhelming.
artificial or natural
Little bit
cheese
of
flavorings
sharpness to
to
it,
deliver
yes, but
savory,
nothing
umami-rich
crazy,
profiles.
nothing over the top. It actually
Umami.
combines well. Now the lettuce and the bun are kind of just there. The bun is mostly decorative.
God,
The
I
lettuce
hate,
is
I
kinda
hate,
just,
I hate.
it's there.
I
for
hate
looks,
that the
more or
first thought
less.
in my head, because I'm
Um,
this tired, that like the
big
filters are like
another thing
bleeding.
I
The
noticed
filters are
here,
dying.
it
But I'm like,
definitely has two
is the
notes
nut
that
better when it's
I
sweet or
noticed
umami
especially. It has
flavored?
a tangy note to it, and then it also has.
How do you get your diet just
that sort
right,
of
where the nut
mustard
starts off
esque
sweet but ends with a
quality to
nice
it as well.
umami
But
flavor?
it's very pleasant. Again, you're mostly. It's not to say that it is a mustard. It just
Enzyme
resembles
modified
a
cheese, or
mustard,
EMC,
and that's
E equals
sort of an
MC
analog
cheese,
to it in some
is a
cases, but I wouldn't directly
concentrated
say
flavoring
that that's
agent
what
used
it
in
is,
processed
it's
cheese,
still
cheese
its own
dips, and
thing.
snack foods. It can
But,
deliver flavor intensive.
definitely like a tangy
50 times
and
stronger
it helps
than
tie
traditional
everything together
cheese.
as
Yummy
well.
cheese.
It takes
No,
it
no,
from
no,
just
no.
being
Celery
what
gets
already was a
its
decent
nice
cheeseburger,
white flavoring,
and it
but
gives
an
it
overall
extra
diet
flavor
is consistent
as
of many
well.
things to
I'm
get
happy
the flavor
with it.
right.
It's one of those instances where it's not.
Don't
gourmet,
ask the
you know,
chef
it's
how
not-
he makes
I'm not
his
gonna sit
sauce.
here and
Just
pretend
know
that this
that
is the
he
best
and other
burger
people have
that I've
enjoyed
ever
it.
had. And let's say if suddenly I found out that I
Wheat
only
nut is a
had
sign of diabetes.
24 hours more to live, I'm going to spend my dying day.
Hi, old man Windbreaker. Hello, welcome in. Listen, all I know is it's a funny line out of Kingdom Hearts 2 when they're having their sea salt ice cream, and they go, "It's sweet but salty." Now, I'm not going to explain how I've heard that in real life, but it gave the exact same cadence and delivery, because I'm pretty sure they also played Kingdom Hearts 2.
Crawling over
Crawling
to the top, to get the big
in
arch
my skin.
again,
They used to drink pee back in the day to diagnose diabetes.
But
Well, yeah,
when we're talking
piss has got the
fast
sweetness
food
to it.
In 2026, all things considered, it's pretty solid for what it is. And I'm pleasantly
You wish you were a
surprised. It's
doctor
better
back
than
in the
most
day
of
that would
fast
drink
food
pee?
burgers
I
I've
mean,
had,
okay, but
in this day and age, at this point,
you could be a doctor in
needless to
the
say.
in the regular days,
Like I said,
with
I-
or without
I
having
like
to drink
it.
pee.
I'm gonna eat the rest of it. I'm happy with it. The only thing that I'm not happy about,
If you're
again, is the
diabetic,
price,
your
it's-
piss is sweet. That's why they can
It
make
is
whiskey out of
overpriced,
diabetic
and I am
piss.
not fond of that. But
Which
everything else
honestly is a thing that
fine
people
by
do.
me, so I am going to be deducting a point or two based on the price, but aside from that, with the big arch...
Yeah, if you got diabetes, you
it's not
technically
as messy as I
are
thought it would
your
be either.
own
Out of
whiskey
10,
making
therefore,
machine.
8.5 out of 10 is what I'm going to give it. And again, if it were a little better
8.5.
price-wise,
Goddamn. Okay, both
would definitely
both of the
rate it even higher
the
than that,
food review
but
individuals that we
overall,
all look
pleasantly
towards,
surprised. I went into this
giving
with
it
my
positive
expectations
ratings.
tempered. I wasn't really expecting all that much. I thought, oh, another McDonald's
That's
release,
crazy.
right? Oh, boy,
Hey,
this is
China's
gonna
gonna
be
fix
all
it soon
great.
enough, though. China's
And,
really
and
improved
surprisingly, you know, I
research
tried
and
this out, it's
progress
actually
on
edible.
curing
And I
type
actually
1
think,
and
wow,
type
you know,
2
this isn't-
diabetes.
This isn't, for once, an item that, as soon as
So
I
I'm
turn the
really
camera off,
happy
I'm just
about
gonna close
that.
the
Now we
box
can
and
get
throw it in the
small,
trash, which is what I do with 90%
undiabetic.
of the things I review on this channel nowadays, because it's not worth eating. But this is something that has differed from the trend, and that's a huge compliment. So, like I said, price aside, I'm happy with it. Big arch, so maybe the price varies.
China
in
does
your
something good.
location,
China does a
wherever
lot
you
of
might
things
be.
good. Not
Just take
everything that
into
they do
account
is
if you wanna
good, but
part
you know,
ways with 11
medical
bucks.
advancements
I
and
would
other
say
things
that
like
is a
that is
substantive
just
burger.
regular,
You know, half
relatively
pound beef, that is something.
positive.
And it tastes good too, so just consider the price, and if that's
Yeah, I'm
something
going
you're
on Ozempic
comfortable
and eat
with,
as many sweets as possible.
justifying
No,
parting
no,
ways
no,
with it.
no,
But I
no.
would say, if you do decide,
That's like saying I
"Alright,
can get as drunk
I'll
as I
fork
want.
over
I'll
the
do a line of
$11,
cocaine.
you're
I'll
gonna
sober
get a
right
good
up.
burger."
That's
I'm happy with it.
in the moment kind of what
And
works,
that's all that I
but
have
in
for you
reality,
today.
no,
Thank you for
no,
watching.
bad.
Until next time, I'm your
If you
host.
were
the report of the
considering
week,
how many died
trying out
from
the big
diabetes-related
arch
illnesses.
from McDonald's, and I think that's all that I really have
Yeah,
to talk
a
about
little.
this time around. I will mention, I see that I do have an extra minute or so left. I'll just throw this in real quick. If you want to help support my podcast and my radio show, I've been talking a lot about
Yes,
some of the current events
Review Bro has an
around
AM
the world,
radio show.
giving extensive coverage about that. I have
Which
myself
honestly
a
kinda based.
a nose for news. I try to be unbiased, impartial, and try to keep folks informed and share my thoughts on both serious matters, but also, of course, just any random thoughts on my mind as well. I do that in my radio show, which I do 3 times a week now, every week. It goes out on the international shortwave, also streamed online, and it goes out on Patreon as well. The show, like I said, features my discussion about, yes,
And I
news,
shared the
current
food
events,
reviewer.
and
I
also
love and
random
respect his
subjects.
opinion.
I balance it out with
Yeah.
listener-requested music, shout-outs, just a fun atmosphere.
And then I'm going to
I
show
try
another one
foster,
after that.
And it's a lot of fun to do.
That I love and
Folks
respect,
tune in,
and I'm
seem
very
to
sad
enjoy
that
the
they're
show
no
as well,
longer
but it
with
does need
us.
your support. It's not a cheap undertaking. I wish I could say otherwise, but it isn't. Your support keeps it going.
God damn, that's
If
a
you
long
enjoy the
link.
show, you want to hear more of it, you want to keep it going, please consider supporting it. Patreon.com/The Report of the Week.
Let's see, let's
Patreon.com/The
clean
Report
this
of the
up.
Week. More info is in the pinned comment or in the description down below. If you support it on Patreon, you can access all of my radio shows on demand, anytime. It's the least I can do to
Yes,
try to
I'm
give
well
back
aware
for
of
your
this.
support.
I'm well aware of this
And likewise,
individual.
going to be doing a
More
lot of
so
extra
even
shows
this
throughout the course
this
of
video
week. You're
itself.
even going to be accessing more content in addition to what you usually get. Alright, and now that's all that I have. Thanks for watching once again. Take care.
Thank you, Review Bro. Goodbye. Okay, now it's time for
I have here
Wisconsinite.
Hardee's Tooth
Hardee's?
Monster. It's got mayo, bacon, and cheese. All right, let's try this. It's good. It's got a good taste.
Got a good half.
The taste is good. I'd get it again. So, thank you for watching.
I get it again.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Oh, there's a guy who does this exact same thing, but it's like even shorter than that. He like takes a bite and he's like, "Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I'd eat that again. Okay, bye." Like the videos are like 10, 15 seconds long. Oh. All right, now we watch my favorite cook. What is it? There we go.
What's cracking, YouTube? It's a cool.
I miss you.
Got
I
the
miss you,
weekend munchies
Cobes.
going on, I bet. Well,
Why
let's see
couldn't
if I can
Boogie or
oblige
Cyrax
with
or
that.
Daniel
Because we
Larson
need
or
a
any of
piece
the other
stone. What are we
actual
doing with
fucking
that?
lolcows
We're gonna
die?
make a breakfast calzone. Cooking with the Cobra, man. What's up? And of course,
What's
getting the pizza
up?
crust out of the can is always the fun part.
Review, munch, review, more chew.
Bastardizing fuck.
Like cud.
Alright.
It's like cud.
Chef Potty Mouth over here. Okay. Get out of there, you bastard. I don't edit my videos. I don't. Because that's not real. This is real life. Sitting here fucking with the goddamn can until it opens up. There we go.
This is a Bud clone, I swear. I am not King Cobra.
Just a little bit of
King
seasoning.
Cobra is not me.
Just a little bit.
I could not eat half the shit that he fucking made.
Cage-free, 18 large, cage-free brown eggs.
I like the cage-free thing, because then they're just shoulder-to-shoulder chickens in a place, and they're like, technically they're not in a cage. They have literally no place to like move around, but they're not in a cage.
Butter and just kind of spreading it all over the pan. This will give us a nice, delicious, greasy surface to work with.
Ah, yeah, he already burnt the butter.
Now, if you're not getting hungry now, you're about to be getting hungry.
He already burnt the
because we're
butter, and
making
also
goodness.
he's never cleaned that pan.
Alright, haven't made eggs in a while, but we'll give it the old college try.
What do you mean you haven't made eggs in a while, so you're gonna give it the college try? It's fucking eggs, man.
Look at that. Bubbling
Yeah, you're not even doing anything fancy with them. You're just plopping them in.
Kind of taking it.
I mean, true. It is seasoning on it. That's what they do with big cast iron ones. They just never clean it.
Egg and cooking in that bacon grease.
Cut to that one fucking
Who am I to deny
video
my
of someone
fans
like
what they
totally
come to
cleaning
see?
it perfectly, and people freaking out and going, "No, the seasoning's gone. You ruined it." I want to know why the leather neck collar? Because he's a goth bad boy. He's a goth bad boy with Ozzy fucking tattooed into his knuckle. Because Ozzy was his hero.
Our calzone's
And when Ozzy died, he basically just gave up on life, and then he had a heart attack. The same age that he already predicted he was going to have a heart attack. 34. And then I keep reminding myself that me and Cobes were the exact same age, and I go, fuck!
We'll splash a little bit of that grease.
I never got a fucking wand from him.
Garlic, the same sauce we've seen it
I didn't get a
before.
cameo or a wand or anything from him. I fucked up. I had so much time on this earth to do any of these things.
Making that life better. Pizza sauce. So yeah, make it 4 slices.
You need to scoop the hot grease over the yolk if it's not over easy.
Now we're
You gotta
gonna take
baste it.
this, string cheese.
You gotta baste it in
please,
butter.
and we're gonna tear it up.
Oh
Good
fuck
stuff,
yeah,
man.
string cheese as well.
Take a look at all that.
It's a chunk of just giant chunks of string cheese. And now we get the
wanna fill in our
pepperonis. Why the fuck now the pepperonis?
It's our friends over at Frito-Lay. On top of the pepperoni.
Mmm, burnt chips.
Now let's add our egg. Drop it on there.
Fucking adding the egg
Drop
on
it in
fuck.
there like that. Now on top of our egg, we're gonna take the bacon we just made, that cooked bacon, into bits, and we're just gonna tear it up and put it on top of our egg. But take a look at this pile of goodness. Got the bacon and the eggs on top, ready to drop.
Chat, doesn't this look like a great
We'll add
breakfast?
some beef to our calzone.
And then we're just
Oh,
gonna
pizza
grab a
sauce
bunch
beef
of
right here.
beef.
Oh. Mm.
And then more cheese.
And if you like these crazy calzones, subscribe for more. It's going up because of you, Cool Cobras. With a bit more of that mozzarella. So now we're gonna stretch. And this part can be a little bit tricky. You want to impress the ladies with your cooking? There you go.
There you go. You
Ooh,
put
that
a bunch
buttery
of shit
goodness.
in a dough wrap and then poured the... Oh man, it's all like half burnt fucking grease on
I'm
it.
just gonna pour that buttery goodness. Take a look at this ridiculously unhealthy calzone that I've made for your sick entertainment and for my delicious consumption. Oh my god.
It feels depressing,
Go
like
ahead
I'm
and put it in
watching
the
a
oven.
lemon about to crash into a brick wall at high speeds.
We got a calzone in.
No, Cobes had a great time.
That's the magic of the cooking video. I don't edit. People are gonna be like, "Is there?"
People
really any
called
point to
Cobes a
all
lol
this?
cow, but
Making an
Cobes was
hour-long
just a
video
dude
just to
who
cook something? Like,
was a
yeah,
little
well,
weird
if
to
you got
some
the time
people.
If you got like a good 2 hours before
But
you gotta do anything,
he genuinely didn't do
less,
anything
this would
that
be
bad.
good
He
stuff
had a
to
few
make.
like
And really, how do you think
he
things
had a
like
few moments
pizza
where he
were
said some
discovered?
like stupid stuff,
You
but
really think
nothing
about it.
so
And they just do it
insane
together.
to
They're like,
even be
I don't know
considered
how the fuck this is gonna turn out, but let's
close
just
to
do
what
this,
most
this,
people
this, this,
automatically
this,
assume
this,
what a
and
lol
this,
cow
this,
is.
this,
He was
this.
just made fun of
Boom,
online
like,
for being
the first pizza was born.
just
They
a little
served it to
different
the
of a
Queen
guy.
Italy, and she was like, "Yo, this shit's
Sure, he
bomb."
made some
Boom.
disgusting
That's how the
slop
pizza was born,
things, and
baby. Oh,
he wasn't the most
YouTube,
cleanliest
if I could show
guy,
you what it looks like. Oh wait,
and he
I
couldn't
can't.
fucking play a guitar to save his
Look
life.
at it, YouTube. Just
Look at it. It looks like a
look at
it looks like a
Isn't it
chicken. Why
just
does it look like a
beautiful?
chicken?
One person commented, "Cobes, do
He
you
doesn't give me lol cow
secretly live in
vibes. He does give me
Flavortown?"
a chill dude. No, but that's what most of the internet just kind of classified him as. Cobes was a chill guy, and I'm very
Hold up, I got
sad
you
that he's
on a
no longer with
close-up
us.
Look at that. All that cheese just oozing out with that grease. Try not to fart while I'm doing this because it's kind of probably physically unappealing to some people, but we all fart, so get over it.
Try not
Trying
to
it.
fart, but shut
This
up,
video's
I'm
long
a rip
enough.
ass.
You might have to see me try it on another video. Cliffhanger.
Bum bum bum. Now, no. Not the Creepy Reaper chimichanga bacon cheeseburger. I want the fries.
God damn it.
Hi, X-Rock.
I'm sick
Welcome
of
in. You're just in
dropping
time
shit,
for King
you know,
Cobra to cook fries again.
But it'll get cooked off and
Time-honored tradition anytime we watch
Yeah.
anything Cobra related.
fryer, so. Alright, you got all your french fries.
Got all your lovely
And
pre-cut potatoes.
As you can see,
ready to be turned into french fries.
that's bubbling.
There's his cauldron.
So what we're gonna do is just, yeah. We're
Look
gonna,
at that black tar.
I would just dump
just
these
bubbling,
in here, but I
ready.
don't want the grease to splatter. So your next step is just
That pot has never been fucking changed.
just
Oh,
drop them in
Nino,
there
sit
like that.
back and watch. Watch a man
Yeah,
work
fuck
his
it.
amazing cooking skills by throwing a bunch of fucking potatoes. It's just boiling over. It starts catching fire. And he starts calmly going,
God damn it!
it starts licking flames.
Stop!
He's yelling at it like a wizard trying to control the elements. Stop. Don't do that. Grease be gone.
Fuck my
Like,
life,
genuinely
YouTube. I need
amazing he
salt.
didn't catch his whole kitchen on fire there. Yeah, blow a little bit more of it out. Legitimately, he was a
Well,
wizard.
You know, that was real fucking smooth of me too.
Oh. The situation was silly, but in general, he wasn't a bad guy. I don't think Cobes was a bad person. I think Cobes was a unique little dude trying to find his people, and he found them online, and then he also found a bunch of people who would mock him, and a bunch of people who would enable the really bad sides of him, like the excessive drinking and the really bad eating habits. It's the hair dye video. No, I will do a Cobes stream in the future. I might have the exact time frame to do it very soon. Not saying that I might sit here for a week or so and rattle my can in a specific event like style fashion. And that would be the perfect time, absolute perfect time to go over top to bottom everything important that would be Cobra. And thereby also refreshing myself up on the topic. But we'll get to that at a later time in the future. Now, another video pulled from the Discord. We seen this earlier, a couple streams back, with the people doing the funny like the funny religious grifts. That was a meat video. But this is the weird. I can't speak today. This is the weird world of fake Jesuses, or people trying to impersonate as the previous or new Messiah.
Welcome everyone, and let me ask you, have you heard the good news of the Lord's and Saviors Jesus Christ's? Like all of them? Because there's a lot. Sure, you already know the story of the original Jesus, a Jewish guy from Bethlehem a couple of thousand years ago.
CWC going to be on this one?
He's the Son of God, generally teaches love and kindness, and seems like a pretty chill dude, till he gets nailed to a cross. But 3 days later, boom, Jesus is back from...
The fun part about Christianity is not a lot of people understand the laws and the culture at the time. So, for example, go the extra mile is quoted every once in a while. And that was in regards to Roman soldiers could grab a Jewish individual and go, "You're going to carry my stuff." But the limit was 1 mile. If they would carry their gear any further than that, then that could be a crime against the soldier for doing additional labor that was unjust. So peaceful protest was taught through Jesus, and that was one of them. But everyone misconstrues all this and assumes that everything they said was like real. No, it's all good and all that jazz. And it's like, no, there's a lot you can actually understand through nonviolent, peaceful protesting through the teachings. But everyone kind of glazes over that because they never read a book. I apparently learned that Jesus was not nailed by the hands, but by the wrists. Yes, there is no way in fuck that if you nail someone through the hand, the tendons and all that aren't really that strong. That's why you do it through the wrist, so you can get, the bone and everything, and it's a more solid base. You reading? Yuck. Yeah, that's what I expect. One of the worst wars ever fought on Earth was because the Chinese guy who said he was Jesus or Jesus' brother, I can't remember. But a lot of people believed him enough to start a big war about it.
From the dead, and telling his followers that while he's
or they
off
were
to
just
heaven
mad.
Now, he's going to be back
one or the other.
for a second coming at the end of the world and the final judgment
I used to
of
be
mankind.
able to do that when I was
And
younger.
whether you're a believer or
like
not,
right away.
it's a fact that ever since this Jesus fella left, millions
Took him
of
3
Christians
days though.
have been
Damn,
waiting
man,
for his return.
what a long
But a few
refractory
people have
period.
decided the wait's over, that they are Jesus Christ reborn. Some start cults, others genuinely believe what they're saying, and a lot of them just really want your money. But maybe, just maybe,
I think like
the
majority
real
of them
Jesus
want
Christ
your money.
is here among them.
Even the ones that
But
are like
probably
100%
not.
delusional
Hi there,
and
I'm
think
Paper
that they
Will,
are
and
Jesus
today
Christ, they
we're
also
looking
want
at
your
the
money.
Many people who have declared themselves to be the returned Jesus Christ. So take a seat, say a prayer, and welcome to the history of people claiming to be Jesus.
Wowie.
Alvaro Theis was a Brazilian astrologer making a pretty big name for himself in the 1970s. He appeared on TV, joined theological debates, and enjoyed making bold and shocking predictions, none of which ever came true. He also failed to predict something important in his own life, a career-ending beatdown. After having an affair with a
He got
married woman, Alvaro
assaulted?
found himself on the wrong side of a 10-man off-Broadway rendition of Stomp, courtesy of the woman's husband and his friends. This beating was so brutal that Alvaro completely vanished from the public eye for like 2 years. But
there's a couple things with this, because it's like, it's the guy who's pretending to be Jesus Christ fucks your wife, so you have to get over the fact that your wife believed that he was Jesus Christ and went along with that. And then you have to tell your buddies, hey, you know that psycho that's going around saying he's like the son of God? Yeah? Yeah, he fucked my wife. We need to go kick his ass. This is a lot to actually process. I was to vid on this subject with mostly Asian versions. Yeah, there's a lot of those throughout time. It's really funny how many people just grift the idea that, you know what, I just need to tell people I am the son of God, and that they all owe me $5. Like, 1 out of 40 people is gonna be like, well, shit, can you break 20?
But during this 2-year whooped-ass sabbatical, Alvaro realized he wasn't some random astrologer. He was the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Oh. I misheard. So he was just some fucking astrologer. Yeah, you got cheated on by the astrologer, who then, after you kicked his ass, came back and was like, nah, I'm son of God.
Christ. Reports vary over whether this revelation happened while Alvaro was in the middle of a spiritual trance or while resting from the brain damage of getting the life kicked out of him by 10 dudes. But no matter what
Widget,
led
that's
him here,
what we're watching
Alvaro
right now.
Was Jesus Christ now, and he took a new name, Inri Cristo, the spiritual leader of Earth. But unlike your typical religious leader who might go out and preach with a sermon or do some door-to-door evangelizing, Inri Cristo decided he'd just go.
But half the
break
time,
some
humans
churches.
kind of do that to themselves because they.
I'm not exaggerating. Inri Cristo just really
I'm gonna
liked
be honest,
breaking churches.
knowingly.
He would go into ceremonies.
Sometimes
he'd slap
just
the
go,
priest
hey,
around,
like,
he'd kick church attendees.
I'm not the one
He's just-
fully in charge
he's
in
just
this.
kicking people. He's just walking around kicking people. And due to his relentless
Don't lie, you even
proselytizing
every once in a
slash
while go,
vandalism,
I don't want to be
Inri has been
responsible for
arrested by
thinking.
police over 40 times over his antics.
I'm
And
not saying
although
it's
Inri
right,
failed
I'm
to
just
take
saying
the
it
throne as
happens.
Earth's spiritual leader, he did gather some followers and founded his own little nation, the Supreme Universal Order of the Holy Trinity, where his followers would mostly carry him around like a pampered, lazy king. And when people began to suggest this guy might be running a cult, which he was, Inri calmed all of these concerns by converting his commune into a compound with barbed wire, guard dogs, and armed disciples wielding revolvers.
So a
that'll
camp.
prove you're not a cult leader. But Inri also embraced the 21st century by launching himself as an
Look, Walker and
influencer
friends
Jesus,
are gonna
making
invade this
parody
guy's
music
land.
videos of popular music
Oh shit,
with
that might
lyrics
happen,
about how
actually.
amazing Inri Cristo is. Which, honestly, I'm convinced is being done completely against Inri Cristo's will, because in every single video, he looks absolutely fucking miserable. Like here's a clip from their parody of Rebecca Black's song, Friday.
I just wanted to say I'm Jesus so I could get money and fuck whores. And now these fucking kids want me to keep taking these goddamn Vine videos.
Time they have him doing
This is
Justin
karmatic
Bieber's song,
justice
Baby,
at some level.
He's just done. There's a lot more of these videos,
Like,
and
he deserves
I've watched all
every
of them,
second
and
of
they're
this.
amazing. and I
Actually, it
spent
should go
actually
on
all
for
of
longer.
yesterday watching them, but I think you get the idea. And ultimately, it's hard to tell whether Inri Cristo believes that he's Jesus or if he's just another con man trying to control a bunch of pretty
he's
young
a con
followers.
man.
But if you had to follow one of these Jesuses that starts a cult, I think you can do better.
Fuck off. No. Fuck off. What do you mean? What do you mean they call him Foot Jesus? What do you mean? I don't want to continue watching this video now. Strong second entry, though. Foot Jesus.
The story of our next fake Jesus is one of flashy marketing, fraud, and of such wild controversy that his claim of
Gives you
being
the holy
Jesus
foot
is only
job.
a footnote. Literally. Meet Fukunaga Hogan,
I
the
hate
foot
that he
Jesus
used
of
that.
Japan. Yeah, but before we step into that, let
Never
me tell
mind,
you
I don't
about
want a
today's
foot job from
sponsor,
him.
Aura. Throughout history,
I don't care.
Now, just as there are
There we
countless scammers out there trying to impersonate you, let's get back to the weird foot guy from Japan who's trying to impersonate Jesus. After becoming an active spiritual
Do we
leader in the
have
1980s,
to?
Fukunaga Hogen claimed to be the reincarnation of Jesus. But unlike what the
Hogan?
Bible says that the return of Jesus will look like, famines and earthquakes, wars, heavenly bodies shaking, the dead rising,
Hi,
Jesus
welcome
defeating
in.
Satan
I'm
in the
not
final battle,
surprised
and then
that
a
he's from
judgment of all
Japan.
humanity,
Hi,
Fukunaga
Tenchi, welcome
Jesus
in.
mostly
But did you
just
hear
showed
about
up
the
to charge
Cars
people
for Kids thing?
$900 for a foot reading.
Is it that video? Is it that video someone did if Cars was in 4Kids dub? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, he claimed his divine powers as the Son of God let him diagnose any disease by touching your feet. Cancer, diabetes.
It's not how Jesus worked. He'd just walk up and clap his hands together, rub it, kick his feet up and down real fast, and then go, boof, you're cured. Have a fish. Call me Foot Jesus the way I make Bud bust with these puppers. Ooh hoo 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 hoo. It's not even my birthday yet.
Diabetes, pregnancy, which, as I'm saying, I
Dan
don't
Schneider
think
ancestor?
pregnancy is a disease.
No,
Weird.
no, that has some
blood
different
disorders,
implications
arthritis.
with that
As long as he could touch your foot and you could foot the bill, Hogan would find what ails you. Now, obviously, Fukunaga didn't invent the idea
This is
of
more of a
diagnosing
medical
problems
grift.
through feet. It's called reflexology, and there are plenty of people worldwide who believe it works.
Come,
Personally,
bro.
I'm a skeptic,
Bah.
but if you believe in it, well, you should hate Fukunaga more than anybody, because after this guy, diagnosed his patients, he didn't encourage them to pursue legitimate medical treatments. He sold them fake cures in the form of magical vases, seals, and
Hi,
pieces
Doomsday.
of
Hi,
paper
Doomsday.
with
Welcome
his
in.
own handprint on them. Which, why are you selling
That's an old one.
handprints
My
and not
friend's
footprints?
mom had
You're already out
foot
here
chart.
calling yourself Foot Jesus. Sell footprints.
Yeah, the
Really
foot chart
lean into the
thing,
foot
because
thing.
of the nerve
You could
endings,
sell,
I
like spiritual
kinda
posters of,
ancient
of
Chinese
foot-related
medicine
motivational
probably
quotes. There's
at
a whole
some points
untapped
definitely
revenue
correct.
stream right here. Well, not that that's an option for him anymore. By the late 1990s, the Japanese public had woken up to the whole foot scam thing, with Fukunaga going bankrupt in 2000.
Oh,
he was
no.
also put on
Womp
trial
womp.
for fraud and extortion, where he
Forgot
offered
to
his
touch feet
defense
and get
of
paid.
God made me do it. Didn't work. And he
God
went to prison
made
for
me
12
caress
years.
your feet
so
gently.
I guess the moral of this story is if a man claiming to be Jesus says your feet are the keys to salvation, maybe it's best to take a step back.
So true, Nightbot. How do you get good timing?
Sergei
Now of all
Anatolyevich Torop
times.
was born in the Soviet Union in 1961.
Yeah, I can see it. Not as strong a mustache, but yeah, I can see it.
And life didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for him. His parents got divorced, he was forced to move to a poor village, and even after growing up, he spent years struggling to hold a job. But after being fired from being a traffic cop in 1989, Sergei found a career he felt better suited a man of
Oh
his
yeah,
talent,
this is the traffic
being
cop turned
Jesus.
fucking
After
Jesus.
renaming himself Vissarion, he began gathering followers and making some interesting
Yeah, this is the
theological
one where
claims. Things
Meat
like
Canyon
how
was
Mary,
like he
the
needs a
mother of
sword.
The original Jesus is the secret
I am
ruler
Vissarion.
of Russia. That veganism was required to get into heaven. Oh, and one of my favorites, that the original Jesus from 2,000 years ago is watching over us. But literally. Like Vissarion claimed that Jesus is physically in orbit around Earth. He also preached
he's
about
just floating up
UFOs,
there.
how shampoo is bad, that cars are evil or something.
Cars
it's
are
really hard to
evil.
pin down exactly
Like
what
the
Vissarion's
vampire?
teachings are. And fair warning, message clarity is not going to be a running theme among many of the Jesuses we talk about today. Now, while Vissarion's message might not make sense to you, or to me, or to most people, it apparently did make sense to his estimated 10,000 followers, about half of which live in Vissarion's self-sufficient compounds in rural Siberia.
Commune.
In these isolated communities, the adults shoulder the responsibility of farming, construction, and other labor, while the schools are attended by the children. And yes, there are children. A lot of children. And oh god, Vissarion's gonna marry one, but more on that later. First, how did a figure like Vissarion get
Bomb
so
'em.
many followers? Well, I'd speculate in this case, it was mostly good timing. Vissarion's church was started in the 1990s just as
Just
the
him,
Soviet
though,
Union
not
was
the rest of the
collapsing.
compound,
For many
just
Russians
him.
at the time, this was a period of
Bombed him
mass
with a single
economic
bullet
instability,
in the
of
forehead.
job losses, of runaway inflation. It was a really uncertain environment, and it's not hard to imagine why some people would latch onto a guy offering a stable future.
No, it's not a
even
surprise,
if
but it's
an
definitely the
imminent
same answer I would give
apocalyptic
to
future.
anyone
Whether
in the same
Vissarion was
scenario.
consciously aware of these opportunity factors when he formed his religion, I don't know. Maybe he saw a collapsing society and decided it was a good chance to form a cult. Maybe the guy got lucky, or hell, maybe he's actually Jesus. Although, no, he definitely ain't Jesus. Because in the Christian Bible, the original Jesus said that it would be better for a man to drown instead of corrupting or hurting children, while Vissarion Jesus here married a girl that he helped raise on his compound since she was 7 and he was over 40. Ugh. Sadly for Vissarion, but luckily for anybody with basic human decency, this Jesus was arrested in 2020 and he's currently awaiting trial.
Oh, that's good. Moon Jesus.
In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Then God created day and night, land and water, the sky, the stars, the plants, the animals, and finally, he made 2 humans, Adam and Eve. And he rented them a little garden to live in. Hey guys, welcome to the Garden of Eden. I'm the Lord of the land, and just a few things before you get settled. Water is included. Respect the common areas. No guests.
Don't eat my
which
apple.
should be a
Hello,
problem.
wifey.
You're the only 2 people on
Hi,
Earth,
Green
but,
something.
you know,
Hello.
Really, the only rule here is you, and you. Don't eat the fruit from that tree over there. All right, yeah, that one. It's mine. Don't eat it. All right. Okay. Have fun, guys. Bye. And you know the rest. An evil serpent tricks Eve into eating the forbidden fruit, who then tricks Adam. Well, she doesn't trick him. She actually were evicted out of the garden.
And then
Eve
that's
gives
how
birth
you
to
came
2
along.
sons, Cain and Abel. But long story short, Cain's a jerk, and then the rest of the Bible, kicks off.
You forgot to mention that Cain turns into the first vampire, and that's how we got Vampire the Masquerade.
Is the general Christian and Jewish creation story, to be taken literally or allegorically. It's up to you. But according to this
Definitely
Jesus from
allegorically,
Korea,
but the literal
Sun Myung
sense
Moon,
is always
he
fun to
thinks it's
take.
very literal, and he thinks things went a little differently. In Sun Myung Moon's version, yes, God made all the stuff and the garden and then made Adam and Eve. But Moon thinks that Adam and Eve's relationship was more special, that their union was this almost supernatural,
Cain and Abel
perfect
from the
embodiment
Amazing
of God's
Digital
love,
Circus?
a
So
perfect
true.
marriage chosen by a perfect God. Also in Moon's fanfic,
Cain is a
Adam and Eve
vampire.
only have one son,
Psychic
Abel.
vampire
Moon says
draining
that Cain only came
the
about because
poor
Eve,
individuals as they're in their
took
stasis pods.
Satan to the Beelzebub zone.
Surely
Little-
Pomni
little
won't be able to get
afternoon
out.
Devilite, making the mark.
what
of
I'd
the
rather
beast
have
with
is
2
evil
fa-
Pomni on my
I'm
lap.
saying Eve slept with Satan. That's what Moon is saying. I'm not saying that. Moon is saying that. And 9 months later,
That was
Eve
Alex
gives
Jones
birth
saying
to
that. That
Cain,
wasn't me. That
who is
wasn't me.
tainted
I
with the
wasn't bleeding
blood
through
of his
and
father
explaining
Satan.
something.
Cain kills the pure
No,
and lovely
no,
Abel,
no, stop,
dooming all of
stop.
his
Don't
descendants,
draw it.
that's us, to have the blood of Satan too. Thousands of years later, Adam is reincarnated
Pomni
as
wears the
Jesus
fish
Christ to
hat.
complete his original goal of making that perfect unified humanity. But before he could do that, Jesus' life got cut short under cross-spicious
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting there's that Jesus anime.
circumstances, ruining his mission.
Like literal
Until
Jesus
now,
anime.
with the reincarnation
Made
of
by-
both Adam and Jesus, Sun
Made
Myung
for
Moon.
propaganda.
In 1954, this story was the foundation on which Sun Myung Moon built his group, the Unification Church, which is also usually called the Moonies Cult. Anyway, after turning 45, Moon marries his wife, Hak Ja-han, a 17-year-old girl. Creepy. And the 2 of them were self-named as the true father and the true mother of the church, a sort of perfected Adam and Eve 2.0. Under Moon and Han, the Moonies cult soon grew to an enormous size, thanks to aggressive missionary work and Moon's religious doctrines being distributed all over South Korea. There are a lot of these doctrines, too many to get into, but the most important ones concern marriage and purifying the
Mormon
bloodline,
cartoon from the 80s is
which,
better.
Don't worry,
Mormon
it's
Jesus?
not as bad as it sounds.
Hold on, because it got brought up. Oh, how is this gonna play out? Especially with YouTube. Oh, we'll find out. Error, you are not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. For some reason, now dual streaming is a pain in the butt. Mormon Jesus.
Mormon Jesus. Mormon Jesus.
Wait, why isn't it? What?
Mormon Jesus.
Long,
Mormon Jesus. Long ago, a spirit child on one of these planets was conceived through an unidentified God. His God is one named Elohim. Elohim was conceived. This spirit child was later born to human parents.
Ah, yes, Jesus is the trip. I'm the Son of God.
Mormons believed in Mormon Jesus. Through obedience to Mormon Jesus. He was elevated to godhood as Mormon Jesus. Mormon teaching and death, and resurrection, endless sex. All by the God of Mormonism and his wife produced billions of sons, Lucifer the devil, and a billion tons of children. The sons of the Mormon being of a great heavenly being to decide their destiny and to have sex with Elohim's eldest son, Lucifer, and his brother, Mormon Jesus. Elohim's son, Mormon Jesus, approved the proposal of the Mormon
Billion
Jesus.
sons.
Savior of the planet Earth would be Mormon Jesus. Early Mormon prophets taught that Elohim, one of his wives, came to Adam to start human life and have sex with a virgin in order to provide Mormon Jesus with the Indians, Mary Martha and Mary Magdalene. Of these wives, at least 3 wives produced at least a billion Israelites. The Jesus of Mormon.
Jesus.
Mormon Jesus. Mormon Jesus. Joseph Smith. Mormon time.
Oh. Yeah. Good night, Nito. All right, back to regular Jesus, I guess.
Basically, the Moonies think you can purify Satan's tainted influence on people by having a
Purify
wedding
Satan's
blessed by
taint.
Sun Myung Moon. And just as God had selected Adam and Eve, Moon would hand-select many of the people getting married, often from different countries, who spoke different languages, who had never even met one another until the big day. The goal being to unify the world into a single group of people. And while these mass weddings used to be quite small, they're a big deal now. I should point out, he wouldn't just bless any marriage. Previously divorced people, people who have rejected Moon's divinity, and especially gays. Moon thought gay people were all degenerate and evil, and that God should get rid of them. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that moral lesson, 45-year-old man who married a child. But despite some of its practices,
Many such
the Unification
cases.
Church isn't really a church. It's a business. After opening up shop all over the world, Moon put it on, declared himself humanity's savior king god, and then claimed he had saved Hitler's soul.
When you're at the cafe outside and the homeless man's by and he simply asks you for that cup of water on the table, and the second that you just go, okay, yeah, sure, and hand it to him, he starts just proclaiming that he is God. Oh wait, no, this man was actually just at Congress where they make laws, and he was talking to those people that make the laws. What the fuck is wrong with your government? Oh yeah, it's full of pedophiles.
I feel really bad for Davis, because I think he just went there for a free lunch, and suddenly this basket case is putting on a crown and redeeming Hitler. While Moon died back in 2012, the group is still active, although it's a little more fractured than it used to be.
A
with
little
former leaders
more
trying to
fractured.
start their own groups. One of Moon's own sons began a cult where the son kept claiming to be Jesus, which is weird because his...
Listen, you don't... Oh my god, wait. Are they all doing the Avatar grift? Are they doing the Avatar grift like Chris Chan's doing with Jesus? Listen, I know my dad said they were Jesus, but like, I'm Jesus' son, so you might as well call me Jesus Jr.
father was Jesus, whatever. And he's also doing the mass wedding stuff, but now with guns. It's a whole...
But now with guns.
I don't even know how to unpack whatever this
Hey,
is. So
Kona, brother.
let's just move to the next Jesus.
Apollo Quibolo?
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little nervous to even talk about the next guy, Apollo Quibolo. Not because I think he's Jesus, it's more because he has a history of making legal threats against YouTubers, like me, just for reporting his criminal behavior. So maybe it's best I don't even mention the crimes he's been charged with, which, actually, I forgot. What were those crimes again? Hold on. Hey, Ray William Johnson, you got a second?
Oh, hey, Paper Will. What's going on?
Do you remember covering Apollo Quibolo?
Is that actually Ray William Johnson? This isn't... You weren't going to go with the easy route of just having the AI character just talk like Ray William Johnson? All right. Wasn't expecting Ray William Johnson in a video about Jesus. Hopefully he doesn't drop the N-word.
A while back, the
like
guy
he was known for in the past.
For reporting on him.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the guy who back in
when he had a
2021
lightsaber
was
in his
charged
hand
with human trafficking of children by the U.S. Justice Department.
Oh yeah, that's what the crime was. Human trafficking of children. Thanks, Ray. Now, decades before Apollo was sitting in a Philippines jail with allegations of human trafficking, which he definitely didn't do, angels had descended upon him and poured anointing oil all over his head, confirming he was the second coming of Christ. Starting out with a handful of followers, Apollo founded the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, name above every other name of Pastor Apollo C. Quibolo, appointed Son of God. The group expanded quickly, and
hanging out
thanks
with the
to his
dogs
launch
out, you
of his
say?
own TV network, he found ways to ensure his divine proclamations were broadcast 24/7
that's
across the
mainly
Philippines.
because
One
of
of his
this
most famous
image.
times being when he went on television and announced, "You're welcome for stopping that earthquake." Yeah, he tried to swing credit of
Dogs
an
are
earthquake
out.
ending. He waited for an earthquake to happen. He waited for it to end, and then he hopped on front of a camera and said, "I did that. That was me. You're welcome." But below the surface of this
Kinda sounds
clearly
like that
eccentric
one,
weirdo, some suggested that there
Baba
were
Yaga
really
type
terrible
woman
practices
that
going
walked
on
on
in
the
Apollo's
road and
groups,
tried to stop
specifically
the-
that human
the
trafficking
avalanche,
of
but
children,
in
immigration
reverse.
fraud, money laundering, and mistreatment of followers stuff that, again, he didn't do. Okay, he didn't do it. Look at this man. That's an innocent man. While the U.S. was unable to
I
get
gotta
an
say, if God
extradition of
chose
Apollo
a
from
child
the
trafficker
Philippines for all of
as new
these
Jesus,
alleged acts,
I'd become
it
an
was
atheist
clear that
because
the
I
heat
was
was
smart.
on.
I'd
And
become a
around
Satanist.
mid-2024, the
I mean, I already am a
Philippine
Satanist, but I
authorities
definitely lean
politely
into
asked
like
Apollo
the
to leave his
goofy,
compound and
comical
surrender himself,
Satanist at
which
that point.
went pretty well. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. And after 2 weeks of this polite disagreement, Quibolo was arrested. And while he's tried every single legal loophole to get himself out of prison, it's looking quite likely he's going to stay there for the long haul.
Good.
I don't know if Anne
why
Hamilton
does
Byrne
it-
will be the
this
most
one.
evil fake Jesus in today's video, but she's up there.
It
not
reminds
for
me of the
claiming
bitch
she
from
was Jesus and
Weapons.
forming a harmful cult, which she did.
Good
but
night,
everybody's
Draconics.
doing that
Thanks for
today.
stopping in.
Anne Hamilton Byrne's evil because she was a serial baby thief. See, Anne Hamilton Byrne had grown up in a pretty bad home and developed a fantasy in life to build a perfect, ideal family, the exact opposite of what she had gone through. But after her first husband passed away and she was rejected for one adoption process, Anne was sent into a dark spiral with her perfect family dream now seeming like an impossibility. But in that grief, she found comfort in a growing fad of the 1960s, spiritual yoga. And soon, she started her own yoga group named the
I'm doing
Great
yoga
White
for-
Brotherhood.
Whoa, oh,
and before you ask,
no.
hey, is that name like a racial thing? No, it wasn't. But Anne would eventually get tired of people asking her, hey, is that name like a racial thing? And she'd smartly rename the group to The Family. And if you're one of those like, cult nerds like me, this is not the same The Family cult that makes music videos about how evil supermarkets are.
Oh God, I haven't seen this
Yeah,
in
that's
a very
that's a
long
real thing,
fucking
but
time.
no, different The Family. Sorry. Anne's teachings as leader of the family started smallish, that she was the descendant
I
of
forgot
royalty,
about that, The
she had
Family.
healing powers, that she would never ever age and
Family.
never ever
Family.
die.
Family.
Spoiler alert,
Family.
she definitely
Family.
aged, and she definitely did.
Rip
But
Bozo.
soon, Anne escalated her claims, telling her followers that she wasn't just a royal holy figure, she was Jesus Christ, here to bring about the end of days and the final judgment of God. But what's the family without the children? Some were legally, well, semi-legally adopted from her followers, which I'd argue is still pretty bad, to brainwash your followers and then force them to give up their kids. But Anne also intentionally recruited an elderly owner of a psychiatric hospital that had a bunch of pregnant women as patients.
Oh,
And
no.
convinced the owner to put Anne in her will. When the woman died, Anne received ownership of the entire place. So we have a harmful, charismatic
This is some
cult leader
Epstein level
pretending to be
shit.
royal Jesus, looking to
I
steal
just
some
own the
children,
insane
now in charge of
asylum
a
and
mental
half the
asylum full
patients
of
are
sedated
pregnant.
women.
I get to do
You
with
can
the
guess
babies
what
as I
happens
please.
next. The pregnant women would have their babies, and Anne would just take them. She just took them. This sounds like something out of the Middle Ages. How did this happen in the 20th century? And this isn't even like it isn't even like one or two babies. And I mean, stealing any number of babies is bad, but baby theft is always bad. But she stole 28
This is
babies.
racketeering level
28
baby
babies.
theft.
She stole the infant equivalent of a Major League Baseball team. She stole a non-leap year February's worth of infants. There's one child there for every phase of the moon. She had more stolen kids than there are floors on the Flatiron Building in New York. I have more of these comparisons, but I'm just saying 28 babies is a lot of babies, and it's an even larger number of babies to pretend were hers, like biological.
You left out an easy pun there.
Anne
28
claimed
babies
she was
later.
the
Right
biological
there,
mother of all 28
You'd even be zombified
kids.
by the
But
news.
since all the damn kids came from different mothers,
Damn
none
it,
of them
Metz, I'll
looked
just
like
make my own
Anne or like each other. This caused Anne to worry people might suspect
need
her
to
of
train him
baby
for, like,
thieving
7 years.
or that she was running a cult. So her solution was to dye all their hair bleach blonde and dress them in identical clothing. Now nobody will
Haunting.
suspect a thing. But getting terrible haircuts was the least of the kids' problems. Anne and her followers would scream at them, starve them, hide
Damn it,
them,
I was gonna
isolate
say
them,
28
ban
babies
them
later.
from talking
Again,
to one another, and do
Hideo
far worse,
Kojima,
all for any infraction against the
gif of
family's
him
rules.
spinning
all in
the
anticipation
Switch
for an
controller
apocalypse
around
that Jesus
with his
and
little
predicted,
cowboy hat.
which was never going to come. And neither was any real consequence for the cult.
You're
In the
too
1980s,
slow.
the group would be raided by police and the children would be freed, thank God. But Anne was never prosecuted for any of the terrible things she did to them. Yeah, she lost the cult house and she got slapped with a fine for document forgery, but I'd argue that's a pretty small comeuppance for mass
I'd argue
baby
that's a
thieving. Although
huge
maybe what happened is a
comeuppance,
bigger
or
punishment to
small
Anne than it
comeuppance.
appears. She may not have gone to jail
Ugh.
for her actions, but the woman whose lifelong goal was a big, happy family.
Did she have dirt
would
on all
die,
the cops in the area?
familyless and despised by the children she raised. Before we get into the world of pretend
Yeah, and they only
Jesuses
slapped
and
her with
Mormonism,
document
here's a super
issues.
simple recap of where the Mormon religion
simple.
actually comes
You
from.
made a
It was
oopsie on your
founded in
paperwork,
1830
ma'am.
by Joseph Smith, who claimed to have a series of
Dum, dum, dum,
prophetic
dum,
visions
dum.
and divine messages pointing him to these Egyptian engravings that prove Jewish people secretly sailed to America 2,000 years ago. They got visited by Jesus, and the whole story got written down in the Book of Mormon. It is a Christian
Mormon
religion, but it's
Jesus.
often seen as a very odd form of Christianity due to its unusual origins. But if you're expecting me to make a bunch of jokes about how dumb Mormonism is,
Dum, dum, dum,
mocking
dum.
Mormonism feels like beating a dead horse by this point. And I don't like that it's this religious punching bag for everybody. That said, like every other religion,
Wait, stolen
y'all
babies.
got
Yeah,
some
wait until you put
crazy-ass
down the
pretender
wrong tax
Jesuses.
brackets for taxes.
Around
Get her.
1856, Arnold Potter
Nobody
was a
fucks
Mormon
with the
who became a
IRS.
missionary to Australia.
Not even
and after
Capone.
suffering some sort of deathly illness during which he had a purifying, quickening spiritual change, Potter claims Jesus Christ himself entered Potter's body and he was reborn as Potter Christ. Now, do I believe Potter was Jesus
That sounds like the
Christ?
fucking Harry
No.
Potter.
But
like,
do I believe Potter believed he was Jesus?
fanfic that
Oh,
got
yeah.
real
because
big.
Potter Christ got a big ass tattoo on his forehead reading
It's the
Potter
Snyder
Christ.
adaptation.
That's some dedication you don't usually see from charlatans and like cult leaders. That's a choice. That is a lifelong investment. Not that Potter Christ's life was that long. One day he gathered all of his followers at the top of a steep mountain, announced it was time for him to descend to heaven, got on a donkey, waved to the crowd, and rode straight off the fucking cliff. But again,
I'm going to
clearly
heaven
this is
now,
a person
goodbye.
Who believed he was Jesus. He was no scam artist. Unlike James Jesse Strong. After Joseph Smith's death, the Mormon Church was dealing with a lot of infighting on who should be in charge of the group. One contender was James Jesse Strong, later known as the, get ready for it, the polygamous Mormon pirate king of Beaver Island. Polygamous Mormon.
This guy's great.
Beaver Island. I can't sing. James Jesse Strong was an attorney that had recently joined the Mormon Church, and he claimed or pretended
there's so
that
many
only a
videos
week
on
before
this
his
guy
death,
that are good.
Joseph Smith had secretly written Strang a letter declaring him the next leader of the Mormon Church. Most Mormons at the time rejected Strong's claim to the throne, because the letter was fake. Strong was an absolute nobody in the church. There was no evidence to suggest Smith even knew who he was, and there was evidence to suggest that Strong actually only wanted to make a bunch of money in a real estate swindle, but
all those key points make just looking into this guy worth it. I'm dead serious.
that didn't deter Strong, who managed to collect over 2,000 believers to follow him, traveled north, and founded a new settlement on Beaver Island, Michigan. After
That's
commanding
right.
his followers to
Michigan
perform
mentioned
voting
Oofies.
raids, Strong started taking multiple wives and eventually declared he was now a heaven-mandated, God-coordinated king. Eventually, the followers
God
of the
said, "I'm
polygamous Mormon
king.
pirate king of
Give me
Beaver
all your
Island
women
had enough of his
and
beaver
all your
crap and
beavers."
dethroned him straight into a lake. But while the infighting raged on, there was a... Sorry, I got a little bit distracted here. Is polygamous Mormon pirate king of Beaver Island a good merch idea? Like
Yeah.
I could do like a plushie. I could do like a little beaver, and he's holding a Book of Mormon. Okay, be right back. Hey everybody, guess what I made? Say hello to Chippy, the polygamous Mormon pirate king of Beaver Island beaver plushie. This is a real thing, and nobody can stop it. I'm doing it with Makeshift, so there's a 10-day pledge drive for the plushie going on from the day this video releases. It costs $2 for you to pledge, and exists doing it is William. Really like the idea. Pledge today, $2. So the next
video's
Mormon
a year
Jesus
old.
is William W.
You might be
Davies.
able to get it.
Davies claimed to be chosen by God to build a kingdom in Walla Walla, Washington, and so he did, establishing his community.
But I'm pretty sure makeshifts are
compound
very
slash
limited.
Cult,
Yeah,
the kingdom
makeshifts are
of
very
God.
limited
Davies
time
claimed
things.
God let him cure diseases, that he could raise the dead, which he definitely can't, and we'll see that in a second. But his most critical proclamation was that his newly born son, Arthur Davies, was the reincarnation of Jesus, and therefore referred to as the Walla Walla Jesus, which is very fun to say.
Walla Walla Jesus coming
Walla
down the
Walla- I'm sorry.
street.
This second coming of Christ attracted many
Walla Walla
more
Jesus,
followers
look
to
at
the
his bare
church,
feet.
all convinced that the end was nigh and Walla Walla Jesus would begin the rapture pretty soon. Sadly, the Walla
What
Walla
up, my
Jesus
Walla
would pass
Walla
away
Jesus?
at a young age, and
How
Davies couldn't
are-
bring him back to life, which you
how
can
are
see why that's going to be
the
a problem,
voices?
right? The entire Walla Walla Kingdom of God's theology was built on Davies' power to raise the dead, and this Walla Walla Jesus guy bringing the end of the world. Yet Davies can't do anything, and Walla Walla Jesus just died of dysentery. So the cult died practically overnight.
Walla Walla Jesus.
When people discuss
Walla
Chinese
Walla.
Jesuses, as is a normal thing to do,
Chinese
they usually
Jesus.
talk about Hong Shu Chang in the 1800s. Hong
There he
declared that
is.
He was the son of the Christian God, and he was very, very serious about it. He formed his own religion.
So
He formed his
serious.
own kingdom. He launched a rebellion against
Some
Chinese
shit
authority,
happened.
and it all led to the death of like 20 million people. Didn't go well, not a fun time, but technically not relevant to this video because Hong only claimed to be Jesus' brother and not actually Jesus. But there are a few men and women from China that did claim to be Jesus, like Hua Shehu. In the 1950s and 60s, many religious organizations in China had been suppressed or prohibited, meaning it was a somewhat risky time to be Christian in China. This pushed many churches underground, including the church Hua Shehu attended. But soon, Shehu resolved to form his own Christian denomination, the Spirit Church. As head of the Spirit Church,
The
Shehu
Spirit
had three
Church.
basic proclamations. He was Jesus Christ, reborn, and the world was coming to an end soon. But it's the third
Mhm.
proclamation by Shehu that's really interesting. If you wanted to be saved for the end of times, you needed to give Shehu all of your gold, all of your water, and all of your non-perishable goods. That's because Shehu
You're not gonna
was
need it. I'm gonna
essentially running
save
a
you.
Jesus-based Armageddon prepper society.
I'm gonna save
and
you.
while their
So
predicted
you're just
apocalypse
gonna
didn't
come work
happen,
for me on the
Spirit
farm.
Church marched on anyway, worshipping Shehu, until he was arrested and imprisoned for attacking several women. Depending on which sources you believe, Shehu died in prison in 2000, or died in prison in 2012, or was released from prison in 2012, or never went to prison and he's on the run and nobody seems to know for sure. Still, there were plenty
So
of
we have
other
no
Jesuses
definitive
in
answer
China to take
whatsoever.
his place. After the 1980s, the Chinese government adopted a slightly more open approach to spiritual practices, as long as they weren't considered a threat to the government. Most of these new groups were perfectly peaceful, but when you open the door to religion, inevitably you're going to get a few crazies. And I mean crazy, like Jesus, who is a woman, gay married her father God, and now makes English dance videos levels of crazy. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, hold up. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is the very much still active Church of the Almighty God, or the
That's a
CAG.
pretty good
It was started in
logo if you're
1991 by Zhao
not,
Weixun,
like, if
and
you're
while
completely
we don't know
unaware
much
of what
about
Star
Zhao's
Trek
crimes
is, that's a
before
good
the
logo.
group, we do know that at some point he began professing that he was in fact God. Eventually, Zhao, who considered himself God, found a woman named Yang Shengbin and decided she was the reincarnation of his son, Jesus. But in Zhao's mind, that meant Yang couldn't be a woman because
Hey, anybody else here gay?
Sorry, I hearing I am God, and then pointing to this woman and going, "You're the reincarnation of my son. Wanna fuck?" Hi Zarkodia, welcome in. Oh, give me another. Actually, I need another funny.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
It is funny, but it's in the funny like, wait, what the fuck?
Hey, anybody else here gay?
Okay.
Yeah,
That
6'7".
Yeah, 6'7". Yeah, that bit of Ted starting to really work well.
Jesus was a man.
Jesus.
And she can't be a
Yeah,
she's not a
6'7".
man,
Yeah,
but she's
6'7".
Jesus, so she's a man now. And there you go.
No, Muggy. No, actually, we're gonna quick. This is typically the cut to Lucky Cam in her room, but this is the cut to Muggy Cam now.
He stood unshaken, a voice in the storm.
Domain expansion, Immaculate Crack Rock.
A heart reborn. He spoke the truth when the cost was high. He lived for Jesus on a faith.
I forgot it says he lived for Jesus in this.
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel of everything. Rally Kirk. It's courage our own. Together unbroken, we'll make heaven known.
Oh man, that really is the new dumb fucking thing that completely separated itself from the original message and turned into a gigantic fucking stupid meme. Charlie Kirky. I just popped the perky. Charlie Kirky. No, Monkey, don't you start doing that fucking bit that Goblin did for months on end. Auto-tune fits this so well. Yeah, it was like a hyper pop fucking remix cover of it.
God, Jesus, gay married.
I just
Sun
found
Moon
it. I
would
found
not
it on
approve.
Twitter,
Let's be
and then I
real
found
for a
that
second.
video of
Yeah, that's
Bochi
weird.
just jamming out in the
That's
room, and I'm
very
like, I
weird,
know
but
what I need to
from
do.
my perspective, as somebody who doesn't personally follow any religion, I think a lot of religious traditions and histories can seem pretty weird when looking at them from the outside.
A little bit.
I mean,
It's
I was
mostly
raised Catholic. I did 12 years of Catholic
yeah.
school, mass several times a week, Bible classes, theology studies, and even from the inside, I thought some of our Catholic beliefs were a little odd. That said, I also believe that religions like Christianity can be a powerful source of comfort for people, provide moral guidance, and offer wonderful charity and community programs. So honestly, who cares if some of it
True.
seems weird to me? It's not like I'm the ultimate judge of what makes sense. I'm just a YouTuber, and if the Church of the Almighty God believes that God gay married his son Jesus, who now lives in the body of a Chinese woman, yeah, that's weird. That's weird, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
The real issue with the CAG isn't that their beliefs
Mostly the
are
gay marriage
unusual,
with the son, the
they might not be
incestuous
as peaceful as they claim.
marriage there
have
kinda
been
raises a
endless
lot of
rumors
flags.
of violence connected to the church in the last 20 years or so, including in 2014 when a young woman eating at a McDonald's was accosted by CAG missionaries, and after refusing to join them,
That's just prime.
Ow, hi Asian. Thank you for your primer. Thank you, 34 months. God damn, that hurt. Ow, that hurt. Ugh. Also, Asian, remember when you yelled at me a long time ago saying, what do I need? Maybe YouTube-related things for alerts. I do have it set up now where when someone subscribes, I get to see it on the screen. Oh, loud, holy shit. Yeah, it got your attention.
And not an isolated
And
incident.
mine.
Eventually, enough was enough for Chinese police, who began a wide suppression
But hi,
of the
Asian,
church.
welcome in. We're
However,
watching a
they
video in
wouldn't get
regards
Zhao
to a
and
bunch
Yang,
of fake
who had already escaped to the United
fake
States under
Jesus
political asylum.
impersonators.
And from there, they rebranded the
We've
Church
already
of
went
the
through the
Almighty God
Japanese
with a
ones. Now we're in
polished,
China.
globally focused
Well, actually, no,
media
this is
strategy,
Korea.
presenting a more sophisticated, appealing,
We did the
and
Japanese
fun public
fake
image.
Jesus guy,
The
then the
CAG
Chinese
now makes
fake
English
Jesus guy.
documentaries,
Now
skits,
we're over
stage
here.
plays,
I am on
full-length
edibles.
feature films,
Come up
like a
with
lot of
5
feature
for
films.
ideas and let me
3
know.
separate
Yeah, we'll do
mobile
it. We'll do it
apps
for
that
now.
have a website
Thank
where
you,
can chat
follow.
directly with the group in almost any language. And of course, all this media
But
is what
for
brings us
any,
back to the Church of
if
the
anybody
Almighty God's
subscribes
YouTube
on
channel
YouTube now,
with
it's going to be
music
that "you
performances.
son of a
Hit it.
bitch" clip that's going to pop up.
You know, this is actually a pretty well done music video, but the absolute best dance content from a Chinese cult where the leader claims to be the reincarnation of Jesus comes from Falun Gong. Falun Gong is categorized as a spiritual mix of self-improvement, good health, constant truthfulness, and aliens, which has sometimes earned them the title the Scientology of China. And while that comparison does have some
That's
merit,
a heavy
Falun
title
Gong's
to
leader,
have.
Li Hongji, is one of a kind. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, his claims of being the reincarnation
Hi,
of
Lee.
Jesus are a relatively minor aspect of Hongji's teachings. It doesn't really come up a lot, but it does come up.
Oh, he
So
kind
he's
of
in the
just
video,
drops it in
and we're gonna look at
conversation
it.
every once in a while,
Around
and everyone's kind of
1992, Li Hongji suddenly appeared on
he
the
kind of
national
just
stage
like
in China,
glosses it over
preaching a
real
mix
quick.
of
It's no big
Buddhism
deal.
and
Oh yeah, I'm also
spiritualism,
I'm
with
Jesus.
himself at the center. He also
I just
claimed
got
to
a
be,
computer and
again,
have
the
one
reincarnation of
since
Jesus,
October.
as well as
I
the
still haven't figured
reincarnation
out
of the
if
original
VTuber
Buddha,
Studio for Alvin Clip.
maybe an alien, and boasting powers like healing, flying, controlling the weather, cosmic level reality.
Okay. So on VTube Studio, you can set the background to be a transparent color. So I set mine to it's color picker, and then I set mine to a very darker maroon. I will not remember this. True, but you can clip it or come back later. But basically, you need OBS. The easiest functioning way for this is physically puppeting it and recording that through OBS, and then just removing the background. Actually, you can have the background could be transparent through OBS capture. So all you need to do is just puppet the movement, record that as a video, and then overlay it. Fuck, I could just do that myself. Anywho.
Reality warping and
yeah, but I
future
wouldn't
sight.
get it really clean.
That last
I
one
wouldn't
seems
get it
a little
really clean
shaky
'cause I
though,
don't have
because
a program
do you
to
remember Enrique Cristo failing to predict his
delete
beatdown
stuff.
by a bunch of dudes? Lee also completely missed his church's beatdown by the complete and entire Chinese government.
You got it,
Falun Gong's
Asian. You
membership
have the ability
exploded, possibly into
to
the
Google.
tens of millions. The group started organizing protests, sometimes in direct contradiction to the Chinese leadership.
No
And with that,
way!
their days as
No
an
one in
acceptable
China would ever
entity,
protest
those
against
days
the
were over.
leadership.
The government cracked down on the group and began a nationwide
I could get
campaign
it
to
real
discredit
clean.
Falun Gong as a dangerous, sick, violent
The Chinese
cult and
government? You
persecuted
could get the
anybody
Chinese government
following
real
its
clean?
practices. But
Implying
Li
that they're
Hongji,
dirty in some
like
way.
the
Tis
leaders of the
tis.
Church of the Almighty God, advanced to escape to the United States, where he too reconsolidated
Why-
his movement
why
and
stop
spread
at one,
his
Asian?
teachings
Why
to
stop at
countries
one?
all over the world. Hongji founded radio stations, television
I would
channels,
prefer at least
newspapers,
3.
and grand dance performance groups like the Xinyu Performing Arts. This was done to
My
spread
knees
his
aren't dirty,
teachings
I
while
showered.
also countering the Chinese government's anti-Falun Gong campaign. This all
The
makes
most
Falun
anyone
Gong
can
and
say is that
many
maybe
religious
my
groups
lower
from
back
China
is a little
difficult to
sweaty
judge
from
fairly.
walking around
A lot
all
of what we
day.
know about them is filtered through propaganda.
Which, yes,
and
did
there are
pool in my crack.
undeniably some completely harmless groups from China that have been
Yes,
unfairly
money.
targeted by
Good
the
eye.
government. But just because the government censors information doesn't mean everything they
Million
say is
year
wrong.
dungeon, million
Even
year dungeon.
independent critics have pointed
Stop
out
that,
the
stop
cult-like
that.
elements in Falun Gong and the Church of the Almighty God. Absolute loyalty to the leader, an emphasis on faith healing over medicine, which I'm not a fan of, and heavy information control. Li Hongji even instructs followers to lie to recruits and has claimed superhuman abilities, although human might even be debatable considering he once dodged the question of whether he's human or not. At the end of the day, I
Is that
can't
a
say
Peter
for certain
Thiel
what
moment?
the full truth is about
Is
these
that a
three
Peter Thiel
Jesuses,
moment?
But if there is one thing that I do know,
Oh, to be
it's that taking
some of those
three
lower back
self-proclaimed
sweat.
messiahs locking them in a
The
psych ward
beads?
together just to see what unfolds is probably not a good idea. Huh. I hope nobody ever did that.
Oh no, somebody did that. Oh no.
Milton Rokich was a 1950s social psychologist with a very straightforward
Yeah, he looks
question.
insane.
What would happen if you took 3 men with paranoid schizophrenia who each believed they were Jesus, put them in a room, and let them interact? So, on July 1st, 1959, the three
Doctor,
Christs of
doctor,
Ypsilanti State
Jesus,
Hospital,
Jesus,
Joseph
Jesus.
Castle, Clyde Benson, and Leon Gabor were brought together, given shared lodgings, and observed for 2
Rainn Wilson, Peter Dinklage, Jeff Bridges. My 3 Jesuses. Coming next summer.
whole years.
No, coming
and
next
before I tell you
Christmas.
how
That would
went,
be the Christmas
not
movie.
very well, by the way. A quick comment about the footage.
There,
on the
Hollywood,
screen.
I gave
There
you
are
an
no
easy
photos
one.
that
I
were
gave you
taken
a
during the
fucking
study,
easy
but there
one.
is a 2017 movie adaptation starring.
Oh,
Richard
shit,
Gere,
I'm late!
So I'm just using pictures from that. Sorry. I won't go into the full backstory of each man that led them to the delusion that they were Jesus, but you could.
Asian. This is the one time where Streamer actually knew that this was already a movie, and he did that whole. That was acting, my friend. That was Bud's ability to whip up a bit in a split second and perform like a I can't say those words on this. Like a little fairy of the stage. There, yeah, like that. Naked and Afraid, the Christ edition. Yes, Overlord. If you're thinking of the exact thing, it is that Sir Patrick Stewart faking being asleep and then waking up and going acting.
You can probably guess some of the common factors.
Like
tragic
a lit
family
cigarette.
losses, difficult upbringings, traumatic brain injuries.
Together,
There's
we
very
are
few
weak,
surprises
like
in their
individual
life story
twigs, but
that
together
brought them
we
into the
form
situation of thinking they
a
were
strong
Jesus.
bundle.
However, for the first few weeks together, things seemed to go pretty well.
Now,
Rockets observed as the
Asian,
three men politely
with the
but
new
firmly debated who was the
AI
real Christ.
overlords,
Gabor
you
mostly
literally
went
are
for Bible quotes.
asking to get
Benson
yourself
called the
banned,
others,
not by
robotic
me or any of the
machines,
mods
and
here,
Castle,
but just
showing
by the
quite a bit of
website
insight,
itself.
recognized that the other
You
two
might
were
not want to
obviously
do that,
mental
little
patients,
buddy.
believing themselves Jesus, but failed to notice that he was one too. Unfortunately, as time passed, tensions began to rise. The men would argue over absurd things like whether Adam and Eve were black and if Santa Claus was real, and more often than not, they essentially argued over nonsense. Verbal fights
Forgot.
turned to physical, and while the staff
Sorry,
would
Twitch,
stop
I
these violent
mistyped.
conflicts, they initiated other forms of
I wonder if
conflict
this
just to see what would
experiment
happen.
expire-
They'd
what?
start different kinds of arguments. They'd change who the leader of the group was.
The Ruling
They once
Class
hired a
movie
woman.
trailer.
This is true. They hired a woman to
I already
manipulate
don't like
Gabor
that.
into
I already
loving
just don't
her.
like what I'm
However,
seeing with
Gabor, yeah, he was mentally unwell, but he
Adam and
wasn't
Eve
stupid.
had to be black.
And he immediately realized what was happening. He, by the way,
No,
was devastated by this whole
because
betrayal and completely
creation
withdrew
story
from the world
is
over
just
it.
that, a
After
story.
the study ended, Rockets admitted in his book, The Three Christ of Ypsilanti,
if
that
Adam
none
and
of the
Eve
men
was
changed.
real and there
Their
was only
delusions
starting
remained.
with two
They
human
developed even
beings,
more
this heavily implies that all humanity is just a product of incest. Adam and Eve can't be real. Just based off genetics and what we know. Twitch AI securities have deemed your post problematic, reconsidering your choices to get AI generated into the next Elon Musk music video. No.
Yeah, 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7".
The Ruling Class is a rather unusual film.
His lordship is a paranoid schizophrenic.
Okay, so it's a movie about me.
Paranoid schizophrenic? But he's a gurney. Then he's a paranoid schizophrenic gurney who believes he's
Believes he's Jesus Christ.
God. But we've
Oh,
always
just
been
God.
Church of
Just
England.
God.
Peter O'Toole is Jack, the somewhat eccentric 14th Earl of Gurney. Alastair Sim as the failing Bishop Lambton. Arthur Lowe as Tucker, the far from perfect butler.
I just want this to follow up with him just slamming into the ground as hard as he fucking possibly can. No more Son of God. That one animation has been over fucking viewed to death. Alright, back to whatever the hell this was.
Or distrust of people there to take care of them, and they spent the rest of their lives in psychiatric care. But I want to be fair to Dr. Rockets because as awful as the study was in practice, it really was done with the best and kindest of intentions. Really, don't forget, this was the 1950s where treatment for people with delusions like, say, being Jesus were treated with electroconvulsions, coma therapy, and sometimes lobotomies.
With the highest
the doctor's
care.
methods and
Big
instigations may not have
stick
been
up
very
your nose.
pleasant, but the hope was to spare the men much more unpleasant treatments. And since the study, he's consistently been honest in both the
Rathlos,
flaws
it's not
of
the
project
age of it, it's
and
how
of
often
himself.
people
He's
would
apologized
mention
to
it
the
and
men
play
and has
it,
continued to
that it's
warn
been
against
oversaturated.
psychological treatment like this for the rest of his
I'm
life.
I'm not
As he would
kidding
later
when I
write,
say
"While
that
I had
one
failed to
video
cure
has
the
been
three
linked
Christs of
on
their
streams
delusions,
like at
they had
least
succeeded
100
in curing
times.
me of mine, of my godlike delusion that I could change them. I really had no right to play God."
It's okay, Homer. They let you keep the little bit of brain that they take out.
While it's not super well known in the West,
in
Japanese
there.
political elections can sometimes get a little bit circus showy.
Whoa, the mask.
For example, in a recent election for the governor
Oh, that
of
was Jim
Tokyo,
Carrey's
there
The
were a
Mask.
total
Did
of
you guys see
56
that?
candidates. In addition to the 4 or 5 actual candidates, there were YouTubers, the Joker, a dude in full samurai costume. Actual candidates, there were YouTubers, the Joker.
I don't think that's the Joker. I think that's just some dude in clown paint. I think that's a Yakuza guy who just like put on some clown paint.
A dude in full samurai cosplay, an
Put the
AI
clip
mayor,
with the
and
movie in
Utsuno
there.
Airi, whose public broadcast
Yeah,
speech was
that's
just
direct
her
from
taking
the
her
movie.
clothes off. I'll say this,
First guy
you can
with
make
the white
fun of
gloves
Utsuno
reminds
Airi
me
all you
of the
want,
Bleach
but she got
Japan
more
guy
votes
from
than the AI
Yakuza.
mayor did, so clearly she was onto something here.
I am not aware
But
who the
Japan's
Beach-
most interesting
Beach
political
Japan-
candidate, I think,
Japan
is the
4.
one and only god, Mitsuo Matayoshi Yasukuristo, a Japanese politician with experience in 17 different elections and apparently was also Jesus. Matayoshi had converted to
I could see
Christianity
it.
in the 1960s, but
Maybe
at
he's
some
trying to
point
be
in
a
the
juggler, not
1990s,
the
it
Jonker.
turned into
No,
something
because
deeper.
that's also
and although
not.
it's unclear exactly what
It was more
triggered this,
stage
he would
clown
publicly
paint,
announce
if I'm being
himself
perfectly
as the
frank.
reborn Jesus Christ. So, what was his platform as political Jesus?
Remember,
Well,
the
in his
painting.
book,
The painting does have a
The Second Coming of
particular
Christ, the one and
style
only
that
God,
you can
Jesus Matayoshi, what will he do to Japan and the
attribute it
world by
to.
author, the one and only God, Mitsuo Matayoshi Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
He claimed that, he claimed that as Jesus, he had come back from the dead to save the world from sin and evil by becoming an elected official in Japan. Over the next 20 years, Matayoshi would run in over a dozen elections, running for mayor of the town he lived in, for mayor of towns he didn't live in,
Mayor.
governor of Okinawa, the National Diet of Japan, a bunch of other positions, and I'd list them all off, but the outcome was always the same. He lost every single election. And I don't think it was him claiming to
trying
be
his
Jesus
best,
that
but
lost him
being
these campaigns.
mean.
I think it's because he spent every moment of his career telling people that he didn't like to do terrible, terrible things to themselves. I actually can't read most of these quotes to you, but here's one of the more mild ones he said to a political rival of his. Stop messing with things! Your skin open and have you no shame? Face. Skin of your face. Skin of your... Jesus, can you chill for a second? That's
No,
not
Jesus
cool.
wants your skin. He wants
This is why you aren't
particularly
winning
the skin of
elections,
your
man.
face.
This is it. Whether Matayoshi
Give
was
Japanese
a
Jesus
genuine
your
political
skin, your
figure,
face
a
skin.
performance artist, or a nut job with a megaphone, who's to say? But while he failed to win any elections in the country, he
Japan
certainly won
4.
the hearts of many Japanese meme creators who have ensured that his particular brand of political theater continues to echo throughout online culture in Japan.
Hello, devil. Welcome in. Yes, the skin of your face.
Imagine you're a man
I need
living
a
in
snack.
rural Malaysia. You dropped out of school at a young age
Uh-huh.
and you work part-time collecting scrap iron. Life is
Okay.
going to be pretty harsh, but one day You wake up and realize
hey.
not only are you the second coming of Jesus, but you're
Yo.
also the reincarnation of Buddha, the appearance of the Hindu god Shiva, and the return of the Islamic prophet Muhammad, and God has given you a mission to build the world's
Damn, that's a
For most of us, this would
that's a
be-
heavy
this would
fucking
be a lot to
request.
take
Hey,
in,
you're
but
4
for Aya
guys.
Pin,
4
this was
big
his
guys.
calling. As a child, Aya had fallen gravely ill, and he had this vision that he was rescued by an angel.
Excuse
Once he
you,
became an adult, the
we
angel
go
came
get
back
you
and granted him the
snackies.
souls of Jesus, Buddha, Shiva, and Muhammad, and told him
Beef
to bring
jerky.
forth a new,
Popcorn.
world-changing kingdom, and to make absolutely sure there's a huge teapot there. God really wants that teapot.
Sweet chili heat.
He's not joking around.
I don't know how
By the
he got on
1980s,
top of
Aya
the
Pin
trunk.
had gathered enough followers to establish the Sky
Jesus
Kingdom,
powers?
a real 33-building compound where his devotees could live, worship, and presumably just chill under the shade
Sour
of
Patch
a
Kids
very,
work. Sour
very
Patch
big
Kids work.
teapot. And in Aya
But
Pin's
don't do that
defense,
thing where
he
you
wasn't
suck all
a
the, like,
cultist
sugar off
tyrant
it.
or manipulator. His
You can do that
teachings
for a
largely
couple of
centered
them,
on
but I want them
interfaith
as
harmony,
is,
universal spirituality,
untainted.
and the pursuit of enlightenment. People were free to come and go as they please, and from what I can tell, the group wasn't dangerous at all. But the Tea Party couldn't last forever. While the majority of Muslims in Malaysia paid very little mind to him or thought he
I
was
like
kind
the
of an
blue ones.
adorable
You can have the
whack
rest.
job,
Yippee!
Malaysia's
I like the
Islamic
yellow
Affairs
ones.
Department was not a fan of Aya Pin. He was admittedly claiming to be Muhammad in a country where Islam is the state religion, and they take it pretty seriously.
Yeah, they kind of want to kill you for that.
Whatever, but you can't say you're Muhammad. And Aya Pin was sentenced to 11 months in prison for, quote, belittling Islam. And soon after, the government sent in demolition teams to level the entire Sky Kingdom.
I like the lemon. Why? Jesus.
In 2019, rumors were spreading in Kenya that Jesus
Thank you,
Christ had
follow.
appeared. The man, dressed in a simple robe with flowing brown hair, a goatee, and surprisingly
Oh,
white
not that
skin,
one.
was walking through the streets
Why does this look like it's going to be an ad for Adult Swim's Black Jesus, where this guy is going to talk like he's going to try to get a bunch of donations, and then Black Jesus is going to walk up and then just that's like I'm sure there's the more of the skit there. I can't think of it because I haven't watched Black Jesus in so fucking long. That's about what I thought he looked like. Just a packable. Yippee! And cheesy crust.
confused and aimless, but a kindly pastor recognized him as the Lord and Savior and brought him to a church. It wasn't long before this Jesus had earned tens, hundreds, thousands.
You son of
Whoa.
a bitch.
Whoa. Muggy, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. See, that's what it does now. You get to see it. So Muggy, you were the 111th. Unless you did that thing where you unsubscribed and then waited and then resubscribed to toggle to activate the thingy. Either way, touche. Wait, oh god, what the fuck? So Twitch hates us. What do you mean Twitch hates you? What do you mean Twitch? How does Twitch hate you? Oh, I was gonna say he looked like somebody, but now I fucking completely
But
forgot.
a kindly pastor
'Cause my brain is
recognized him
tiny.
as the Lord and Savior and brought him to a church. It wasn't long before this Jesus had earned tens, hundreds, thousands of Kenyan followers, and sightings were being reported and uploaded all over social media. He could be seen riding through crowds and
He looks like Hold Back the Pain Harold in that
had
picture.
earned tens, hundreds, thousands of
Or
Kenyan
Hide the Pain
followers
Harold.
and
Yeah, just make him bald or balding heavily, short hair, gray. Yeah, he looks like Harold. Hide the Pain Harold. I knew a guy who looked like that. Did they hide the pain as well? Or were they so good at it you didn't even know?
sightings were being reported and uploaded all over social media. He could be seen riding through crowds in a car, dancing with his followers, even healing the blind. But, like the Roman officers arresting Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, the Kenyan police tracked this white Jesus down, arrested him, and ended him. Jesus had returned
Jesus
to us,
dies
and
a
we,
few days
the
after
damned and
visits
wicked
to
humans that we
Kenya.
are, had once again failed him. There's only one problem. None of that happened. Spin it back.
Aw.
This is not Jesus, Son of God from heaven. It's Michael Job, part-time actor from Florida, which is about as far from heaven as you can get. Michael here plays the part of Jesus in a traveling group of Christian-themed theater shows, and he's done so in Asia, Europe, America, and in mid-2019, he and his group were on tour in Kenya. Michael Job
Oh my
never
God,
claimed
they
to be
thought
the
he was
actual
real.
Jesus, and he definitely didn't earn thousands of Kenyan worshippers. This audience, it's just people who showed up to watch a Bible play about Jesus healing the blind. Guys, the dude's name is literally on a banner in the background, billed as guest speaker from America, actor. Michael also wasn't killed by Kenyan police, although he did take some fun pictures with them. It turns out that was all a hoax. Some troll on the internet posted photos and videos of Michael with made-up stories about him being Jesus, and the internet does what it does, believing an
And then
obviously
slapped
made-up
it.
story
Oh, it ate
and
that up
running
with a
it.
spoon.
All of this, it's ridiculous. Thinking an actor playing Jesus was going around healing people. Come on. There's only one more problem.
Oh?
Michael Job really did go around healing people. Spin it back a little further this time. Yes, this is Michael
What?
Job, and yes, he's an actor who goes around portraying Jesus in Christian plays. And no,
But-
he has never presented himself as actually being Jesus. But before his trip to Kenya, he worked in Orlando, Florida, in the now-defunct Christian theme park, the Holy Land Experience. This park was envisioned as a way to help families enjoy a Christian vacation while also educating their kids about the Bible. At the park, guests could enjoy a relatively accurate version of ancient Jerusalem.
let me guess,
see the
he was
tabernacle,
Jesus the
Last
healer?
Supper recreations, and of course, you better not miss the hard-hitting action over at the Scriptorium. But like any good theme park, the Holy Land Experience also had some shows. I bet you it's Jesus.
Oh my God, it's Jesus. Of course it's Florida. Yeah.
Black, white,
Listen, they
Asian.
got a good track record at
Immediately
making
plays a
big,
Chinese
stupid
harp.
parks.
That way you know that they're talking
to,
about
to
Asian
false
people.
idols.
I'm not gonna lie, these are some solid production values for a Christian theme park. A little heavy on the rainbow shiny filter, but still not bad. Sadly, most
Not
of the
saying
Holy Land
Jesus is a false
Experience
idol,
shows
saying
weren't
the-
quite as
the
polished or
fake
theologically
idea of Jesus that
palatable
they're,
as this one.
touting.
They used to do a musical version of the Crucifixion of Jesus. And
The musical edition
it's a
of
little
Pontius
much.
Pilate
Still, nothing has been
giving
that bad
it to
until
Jesus
you
in
get
the
to
side
these
of the
faith
rib
healing
cage.
events. Look, like I said earlier, people are free to
With the
believe
spear,
whatever they
with the
want
spear.
if it's not harmful. But also, like I said
Like
earlier,
his
with
spear,
Falun
but not
Gong
that
and
spear.
Spogen Fukunaga, I have a very negative view of using spiritually based faith healing instead of pursuing medical treatment, because I think that's harmful. Which brings us full circle back to Michael Job. Here he is, dressed up as Jesus at the Holy Land Experience, talking about healing people with lung pain, knee injuries, wrist pain, or worse.
You don't get
like in this clip
cancer.
where he claims
You
a
no
woman's
longer
Bell's
are
palsy was
blind.
healed.
You got diabetes? Smack the sweetness out of you.
Gorgeous. She's smiling and it's awesome.
Oh, or here's him proclaiming that God had removed this woman's tumor today.
But there's no more pain because there's no more tumor. She doesn't even feel the tumor anymore.
Are you
The
sure
tumor's
there's
gone,
no
lady.
more tumor, Mike? Maybe we should check to see if there's no more tumor, Mike. Maybe somebody whose medical qualifications goes beyond plays Jesus at a shitty theme park can decide if there's no more tumor, Mike.
No, there's no more tumor, God
It
said.
doesn't matter anyway, since the Holy Land Experience closed its doors a few years ago.
I wonder
Well,
why.
It's a little harsh to single out Michael Job for his involvement with the group. He's not a scam artist, he's a believer, and it's unfair to put him in this video since he was never really claiming to be Jesus. But look, all I'm saying is, let's leave the healing of the sick to the actual Jesus. Or a doctor. Okay, you ready for a really weird one? This is Ivica Prokic. Prokic was a Serbian who had a relatively normal life until his first wife passed away. This tragedy sent him on a spiritual journey through the Balkan mountain range, and during this pilgrimage, he had a powerful spiritual awakening, realizing that he was Jesus of Atlantis. Also, that's not the weird part.
This is a new
It's actually
one.
not super clear if Prokic considered himself a reincarnation of Jesus or just like a savior connected to Jesus and Atlantis for some
he's
reason.
Jesus
but
of
what is clear from his
Atlantis.
teachings was that the world was going to end soon. And for those who wanted to survive, don't worry, all you need to do is come hide in the mountains with him. Again, not the weird part yet.
Listen,
One of
listen,
Procic's
God can't
most
find us
trusted
in the
missionaries
mountains.
and advisors
God
was a
can't
man
see
he
what we're
nicknamed
doing in the
Rocco,
mountains.
or Little Brother.
Pull your pants
Rocco
down.
had
God
become the
can't see, it's
official
the mountains.
designated successor to Prokic if that was ever necessary. Okay, here's where it gets weird, because pretty soon after Bracco was declared the next leader, Prokic drowns under, let's call it very unfortunate and almost unbelievable circumstances. Bracco claims that he and Prokic visited a secluded beach, but as the two of them sat on the beach next to each other, a big wave rushed in, swallowed Prokic up, but not Bracco, and swept his messiah-ass out to sea, only leaving behind Bracco and Procic's wallet. Naturally, Bracco depicts this incident as a sort of fated ascension, being taken by the universe or back to Atlantis. Personally, I think that's exactly what happened. After Bracco took over, he changed his image from a follower into a spiritual guru figure. He doesn't claim to be Jesus or anything like Prokic did, but he does claim to have sun powers, healing, and he really likes talking himself up in his self-published children's book about him and his cat going to Atlantis. Fun. But unlike Prokic, he actually found a way to make money by traveling all over the world and charging people to look at him. Or more accurately, he looks at them. For about $30, Bracco will walk on stage and stare at you. He doesn't talk, he doesn't take questions, he doesn't present any theological claims, he just looks at you.
That's
Bracco
the most
and many
powerful
of his followers claim that
grift.
the look can heal sickness, induces feeling of calm, reduce
Oh my
reduce
god, that's
anxiety.
so
Does
good.
this make you?
Listen, you
reduce
pay
your
me, I'm gonna
anxiety,
come out, I'm
everybody?
gonna give
How
you the
how
healing
feeling?
stare.
At the end of the day, maybe
It's
Bracco's
actually
real
better
power
if I
isn't
don't
his
say
gaze,
anything and
but it's the
everyone
fact
just
he's
stands
convinced
there
people
for the
to
hour.
pay him for a glorified staring contest. Not every
Okay, we're
Jesus
very
claimer
close
in
to the
history
ending
has
of the
enough
Z
information
list.
on their lives to get their own
Ooh.
segment in today's video, but there are a few minor
Rapid
Jesuses
fire
that I at least want
Jesuses?
to briefly cover. So if you don't mind, let's slideshow click through some of these in what I call our Jesus Roundup. Here's Cyrus T, an
Jesus
American
Roundup.
scientist that dabbled
Come
in
on
electrical
and
studies. One day he got electrified during an experiment, and when he woke up, he announced he was Jesus. He wasn't interested in like the end of times and apocalypses and whatever, but he did have a very strong and very bad view of astronomy. He was convinced that we lived inside the interior of the Earth, and the sun and stars were kind of illusions that floated.
Listen, we don't live on a flat Earth, and we don't live on a Earth with a fucking dome over it. No, we live inside of the Earth, and actually the sun is a lie.
Around the center of the planet, which is like being a flat earther, but somehow dumber. He started a
with
cult
extra
called the Hollow
steps.
Sphere cult, and it did not go very well. Next. Active in London in the 1600s, Rhys Evans believed himself to be Jesus Christ reborn. Getting tired of that, aren't you? Making a series of prophecies and predictions for the British royalty. Later in life, Evans developed a sort of fungal infection on his nose, so he tried to get King Charles II to heal it with magical monarch powers. Evans ran up, rubbed his whole fungal infected face all over King Charles's hand, and a writer at the time politely described King Charles's reaction as, quote, disturbed. Afterwards,
Understandably
Evans continued
so.
seeing visions and claiming to be Jesus, and was put in prison for it. Back when that was just like a crime, I guess. Next slide, please.
Yeah, public
At a time
annoyance.
in the world where the Industrial Revolution was separating old, outdated artisans from new, mass-producing factories, Kondraty Ivanovich
were the
Selivanov
reptilians
was
all
separating
along.
his male cult followers from their manhoods.
Chat. I'm not gonna say I'm doing it anytime soon, but maybe Disco Elysium stream where I try to do a very, very specific speed run. If you know the one, don't spoil it. But that might be in your future.
Manhoods, they're junk. Selivanov considered that for him and his followers, feelings of lust were so dangerous, so sinful, so temptational,
That you'd
that it
explode?
would just be easier to cast the serpent out of the Garden of
I don't,
Eden.
it's my
If you
first
follow me,
stream.
spare
Well, it's
the
more
rods,
for people who know
toppling their own Tower of
who know
Babel,
the speedrun
parting the Red
categories.
Sea.
So I do
That
know.
one's gross.
As someone said, it does
Did I write
not
that?
matter
Why did I
what
write
shape
that?
the Earth is.
And in case you
If
thought
sit in the
Selivanov was
basement all
only
the
preaching
time.
to a, tiny high-pitched
True.
choir of worshippers, no, this dude had thousands of followers, which is mind-boggling since the membership cost you a member. But the movement wasn't popular with the Russian government, who smartly and correctly exiled Selivanov from the region. As for his followers and the movement, somehow it didn't last very long beyond that first generation, because none of the members had any kids.
Really?
And, Wonder why. Next.
You say when the
Amy
cult cuts
Carlson
off their
lived a
dingling,
completely
it might
ordinary
not
life.
continue
Just
the
a
cult?
working mom managing a McDonald's, raising
happens a
kids,
lot.
and
Riding
going about
the
her
white
day.
horse.
But
Not
behind the
sure
scenes,
this is the
she had
same one.
become obsessed with new age internet forums, consuming conspiracy theories and
Oh,
esoteric beliefs until they
no.
became her entire reality. Amy believed she was Jesus, that she had countless past lives, and that she was locked in an intergalactic war with evil reptilian forces. She eventually even abandoned her
Ma'am, did you just watch Alex Jones and think he was a prophet?
family to start her own cult. Love Has Won. To try and understand Carlson's beliefs, I bought the group's official history book titled Herstory. And let's just say it reads exactly like
I
what
got
you'd expect from
Herstory
a
right
Jesus-claiming
here.
tequilaholic who also regularly drank silver, which, fun fact, you can do, and it turns your skin blue. In 2021, police raided the house to find that Amy had passed away, leaving a blue-skinned,
Really?
mummified corpse wrapped in Christmas lights by her cult followers who weren't really sure what to do with it. I don't think Christmas lights were the right solution, but I've never dealt with a blue mummy, so who knows what the right solution is. Next,
Yeah, fair.
In 1920, despite seriously contending he was the reincarnation of Jesus, Manuel Herrick was elected to the U.S. Congress.
Wonder how long
His
she was dead
platform
for.
was less Jesus-focused and more about the anti-flirt movement, which wanted to stop women from flirting. He had an especially big bone to
Oh,
pick
Blue
with
Skin Lady,
beauty
I've heard of
pageants,
her.
thinking
Yeah,
that those
just-
events encouraged
Listen,
sin
you can
and evil,
ingest silver.
only
You
to
shouldn't,
launch
but
his
you
own
can.
beauty contest where the grand prize was
But you
marrying
look like a
quote,
Smurf by the end of it.
mysterious, wealthy young bachelor, which, of course, was Manuel Herrick himself. After finding out the man pretending to be Jesus was the prize, the winning contestant politely declined, so Herrick sued her for $50,000. Due to the specifics of the contest contract, the judge had no choice but to rule in Herrick's favor, awarding him a single penny.
I'm not.
Most
Jesus,
of the people we've
Jesus.
talked about today
What?
totally embrace their roles as messiahs, but there's one Jesus who
There's
wants
like-
nothing to do with it. In fact, he's
Oh.
done everything in his power to stop people from worshiping him, because this Jesus never claimed to be Jesus. So how did we end up with this Reluctichrist?
The
Well,
Life
it
of
all
Brian?
started with a very talented Scottish artist named Benjamin Cream. Or at least I assume he was talented. I mean, I don't know anything about art, but everyone that does
Me?
know about
Not
art
me.
says Benjamin Cream's art is good art. So let's see what we got here. This one looks like a wolf, or maybe like a falling dude, I guess. Oh, here's a picture of a vase, I think.
So clearly this one's a Gundam, as you can tell by the cockpit up here at the top. That's a Gundam.
Here's one titled Rain on Hills, South of France, which I think is upside down. No, it's not. All right. I like the tree.
Yeah,
the sad tree is nice. That's a sad
That's
tree.
a deer.
As a matter of fact, in a book I paid way too much for, it says Benjamin Cream's art is called Revelatory Abstract Modernism, which I guess
It's
is
been
why
Big
all these
Sam.
tomatoes look so bad. But Benjamin Cream wasn't only an artist who drew bad tomatoes, he was also an influential
Betty
and
coulda
well-known
creamed you a nice
spiritualist,
painting.
and his opinion held a lot of sway in the occult community. This meant that when he declared that Maitreya, the world teacher, would arrive soon, people listened. In traditional Buddhism, Maitreya is seen as the future and final reincarnation of the original Buddha, although specific beliefs and interpretations will vary. But again, that's traditional Buddhism. Around the late 19th century, some New Age Western spiritualist groups would reinterpret the idea of Maitreya to be a blend of multiple messiahs from multiple religions, with
Nah,
Jesus
Maitreya's
being a
actually
big
Super
one.
Jesus.
So in 1959, Benjamin Cream prophesied that this Maitreya Jesus would meet the following criteria. He would be born in 1972, he would live or visit London in the 1970s, he would have a dark skin color, and Maitreya would reveal himself in 1982 and change the world with a massive, major spiritual event, which didn't happen. But in 2010, Cream declared that his prophesied Maitreya had finally made an appearance on American television that very week. And it just so happens that an author of Indian descent named Raj Patel, born in 1972, who had traveled to London in the 70s, had just done a TV interview that week. Suddenly, Patel was getting
Oh,
emails,
it's like
letters, and
serendipitous
calls
timing.
asking and declaring him some sort of messiah that he had
Just
never
like
heard
the
of,
Godzilla
which
villain.
understandably freaked Patel the hell out and causing him to
It's the
remove
human
all of his social
subplot. It's
links
not that
and tried
important,
to,
but it
distance
plays a
himself
role.
from the fuss, although it did tend to follow him wherever he went. People thought he was, super Jesus. Benjamin Creme would ultimately release a press briefing tepidly rejecting the idea that Raj Patel was Buddha Jesus while claiming no responsibility in his troubles despite having some very easily identifiable responsibility. But the damage was done, and Benjamin Creme fans, even to this day, wonder if Raj Patel really is their reluctant messiah. He's not. Leave him alone, damn it.
No, but he could be, though.
Growing up in Puerto Rico in the 1940s, Jose Luis struggled to find his place in the world. He grew up under tough conditions, he had multiple run-ins with the law, and eventually ended up poor and in rehab. But wouldn't you know it, that's when two angels descended from the heavens and appointed him, or anointed him, as messenger of Jesus. Not Jesus, but messenger of Jesus. Inspired by this divine vision, Jose cleaned up his act, got out of rehab in 1997, and founded his own church, Growing in Grace. As Growing in Grace grew, so did Jose Luis's claim to divinity. At some point, he decided he wasn't a messenger of Jesus. He was Jesus. Strangely enough, this revelation didn't repel people, and in fact, kind of the opposite. He got thousands of more die-hard followers, which raises the question, how did this guy convince so many people to join him? Jose Luis's church had one very appealing selling point. He promised his followers a guaranteed ticket to heaven. On the one hand, if someone was a perhaps morally questionable person, well, now they could sin to their heart's desire without fear of eternal damnation. On the other hand, if they were a genuinely good person but terrified of accidentally falling short and ending up in hell, well, they could buy themselves some peace of mind, their own get-out-of-hell-free card, as long as they kept the donations coming. The real tragedy of this is how it targeted and hurt his most devoted, often low-income followers. These are people barely scraping by, yet they feel compelled to keep giving up everything they had to this nincompoop. There's even one count from an 18-year-old girl working part-time at Chuck E. Cheese, donating hundreds of dollars a year out of fear of going to hell. Lady, you work at Chuck E. Cheese. How much worse could hell be? This is a brilliant Jesus hustle.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He built the perfect spiritual grifter mousetrap, and he could have coasted on that forever. But Jose Luis, despite having built a scam that practically printed money for him, was a slave to the dramatic. He began doing more and more outlandish things like shredding Catholic rosaries and destroying statues from other churches. And of course came his bizarre announcement that he was not only Jesus Christ, but also Jesus Antichrist. Someone claiming to be Jesus, also claiming to be the Antichrist, might be a little confusing. After all, isn't the Antichrist supposed to be like some evil guy who takes over the world or something? Like a bizarro Superman Christ? But actually, no. Without getting too deep into it, and there is some debate,
and give
the term
him money.
Antichrist in the Bible generally refers to people who deny Jesus as the Son of God or spread false teachings, but none of this is really relevant to Jose Luis's claim of being Jesus and the Antichrist, because his interpretation of the Bible is just ridiculous. I'm pretty sure he's never seen a Bible, let alone read them, because he thinks that Jesus and the Antichrist are the exact same thing. But not to be outdone by himself, Jose Luis's most outlandish claim came when he declared that by June 2012, that he and his followers would ascend into immortal super beings able to walk through walls, feel no pain, have fire powers.
I mean, you would
and
be
evolve
too
into
if you
some
had
sort
to
of
deal with a
divine
place that
super race.
is
Surprise, surprise! June 2012 came and went,
child-targeted
and ain't
mechanical
nobody
rat
got
gambling
fire powers
palace.
or immortality. Least of all, Jose Luis, who died the next year.
Lamau.
So, what can we actually learn from the long, strange history of people claiming to be Jesus?
Course for making a movie. I wonder if there's
not much. At least not from the so-called Jesuses themselves. The pattern is really predictable, right? People twist faith into a weapon, rebrand religion as a personal empire, and manipulate others for power and money. And to be clear, the people who fall into these cults aren't stupid, and they're not just gullible. They're human, and humans are easily manipulated, especially when they're scared or isolated or searching for meaning, or they find themselves living in uncertain times, which I think is something we can all kind of relate to. So maybe the best thing we can do is to offer these people what they really need.
Don't cancel
real support, real community, and a little bit of compassion.
Will go away.
And you know, I suspect that's what the real Jesus would have wanted. Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Night. Damn, it's always funny to watch wacky Christians just kind of really go headlong into pastures, but when people are just fully utilizing it as a grift, it's even funnier because those same people that would fall for the pastor overdoing it would definitely fall for this shit. Hence all those people, every time the rapture happens, then they just like sell everything they own. You know, I think your voice audio is low compared to the video audio. I believe it because I was sitting low in my chair. Anywho. And now we went from religious clowns to real life chucksters. The goofy yucks. It's the Joker.
Welcome back to the Papa
Man,
Bear
he's
Channel.
gonna show
I'm
Dan
Joe.
Henschel,
Go
isn't
ahead and
he?
sit down because today we're going to be talking about the Jokers of the internet. Why so serious? Both Marvel and DC have reached an all-time high in sales and media production over the last 2 decades, right? The comic book fatigue is fucking real. Pop culture is now
It's
superheroes.
Papa Meat.
While all
It's Meat
sorts of popular
Canyon.
characters are getting their time in the spotlight, there's one
Don't show Madam what this is
culture is
fucked
now
up.
superheroes. While all sorts of
This is fucked up that IMDb has it as a 4.1 because Madam Web should be literally a 1-star. You haven't heard of Meat Canyon? He did a bunch of animations. He was mostly known for animations, and now he's pivoted from doing constant drama of the time, silly animation, to just doing these big, basically what most YouTubers do now. I combed Wikipedia and made a little video. But these are entertaining and fun.
popular characters are getting their time in the spotlight. There's
Oh
one
God,
in particular
Morbius. John
that has got a
Morbius.
massive cult-like following online. Joker. The Joker, the arch nemesis of Batman, is one of the most iconic.
Oh,
villains
Meat
in comic book
Canyon's
history. And
art
thanks to-
style is very specific. What? Listen, he just puts his feet in his mouth. It's not that bad.
supposedly cursed. I saw this woman breastfeeding her
I
child
only know
in a
Justin
non-optimal way,
McElroy
so
saying literally
being the
nothing
kind that I
happens in
am, I
Madam
showed
Web.
her how to
Madam Web is a perfect piece of how you should not make a movie, left, right, and center. There are audio cues that fuck up. There's overall audio balance issues in some scenes. Where they put the camera adjacent to where they would try to film a scene was fucked up. Like they broke principal rules that you're supposed to not break when trying to frame shots. And it all stems mainly because the director only did TV up until that point, I'm pretty sure. Either way, Madam Web is like the worst out of those Sony movies.
Recent mainstream movies,
And
have
that's
seen
saying a
massive
lot.
surge in popularity. Maybe, dare I say, he's at least top 3. I feel like Joker's probably more popular than Batman at this point. The top 3, in my opinion, is probably,
yeah, getting there.
I probably think Spider-Man's the most popular, Iron Man, and I'd probably say fucking.
It's shocking that Iron Man is popular only because of fucking Robert Downey Jr. And when you actually look at the character and its history, Iron Man was just the Batman fucking clone. Like Iron Man is literally just Batman, but instead of being the dark, brooding individual, it flips to the Playboy fake character is the whole character. Do I animate? No. I can draw you a stick figure, and then I can draw that same stick figure 50 times and put it into a flip book. Does that count as animating? I can give you a flip book. Why so serious?
That's the 3, I would say. I think Robert Downey Jr. It's just that popular. The love and passion for this character, however, has become a strange obsession among fans. Cosplay exists in all communities, but many people mold their whole personality and lifestyle to fit that of the Joker. This could mean dressing up as him.
Please show Dan Henschel. Please show Dan Henschel. I was asking because you know a lot about movies.
Villain. The same even goes for Harley Quinn, who has also
I know
grown more
things.
popular for all the wrong.
Stop showing this. Stop showing this. Stop showing this. That one guy really got ripped off with his fucking TikToks, and he deserves royalties. But stop showing this thing. I'm the Joker, baby. Hi, Sodakoma. Hi. Welcome in.
Reasons. So, let's take a look at the
I'm the
phenomenon that
Canadian.
is the Joker and see just how weird certain sides of the internet can get and the endless idolization of this character. I would definitely say he's the most popular villain of all time. Like without a shadow of a doubt.
I can't even think of another villain.
I refuse to. Though Joker has been blowing up recently, he has always been a beloved character with a long history. The Joker first appeared all the way back in the first issue of Batman comics released in April of 1940, and over the years, there have been multiple renditions of the Joker, all with different origins, making him a dynamic character in the DC universe.
Oh shit, another Canadian. Quick, get the hammers.
Right? Different generations have their different Joker. The same with other, superheroes, other iterations of Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, all that shit. It's just, it survived through the decades by being transformed over and over again. And the Joker keeps transforming to be, every time, a little
more cringe.
Yeah, like a little more cringe, I think. But that is what makes him so palatable for people that are like looking for this edgelord type shit. Though the Joker has lived many lives, one characteristic has endured through all of them. He's an outsider. This in turn has made him very popular with incel culture, where he is held as sort of an icon. Incel, and I would say like he's a different version of like incel culture, or like I'm different, I'm wacky, anarchy.
And it's so funny. All right, again, hi, I'm Bud. I'm the guy whose like fourth word as a baby was Batman, so I'm branded nerd for life. If the character the Joker ever met any of the people who goes, oh, I'm just like the Joker, I'm pretty sure that they would either be, depending on, which style, mocked relentlessly, set up as a foil, definitely set up to take the fall of a big crime or whatever, or my favorite, they get beaten to death with a crowbar.
Like, I do X, whatever. People use it as a tool of like, he's like an icon for the misfits, the supposed misfits of society. And nowadays it's the misfits
Rubs
of
nipples.
the internet. And the 2019 film Joker only worsened this, as it closely follows Joaquin Phoenix living and fighting against a society that shames him, which many incels seem to relate to. One of my favorite things of all time is that was the same year Parasite was at the Oscars. I think Parasite won, and they're like, Parasite isn't even talking about anything deep or whatever. It was people getting like mad that Joker, he's like, Joker was talking about how society turns your back on us, when it's like, that's
Stop rubbing your nipples
exactly
and not showing
what
us.
Parasite's about or whatever.
Lord, no, I'm totally not rubbing my nipples and then like moving my thighs in between, rubbing my thighs against one another. You, no fume. Fume's disgusting.
Back to the video. People started growing more concerned that this could lead to actual violence, and in 2012, shortly after the Aurora, Colorado shooting, rumors spread that the shooter even called himself the Joker. Now, while this was debunked as misinformation spread by journalists, it put an even uglier stain on the character over the years. A lot of people, I would say, reference Heath Ledger's Joker online.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people,
1000%.
when they get face tattoos or do stuff, they're almost always referencing the archetype that was the Heath Ledger Joker, and then they take other aspects from other.
Man, I really liked the performance, but Heath Ledger's fucking addiction to pills really did destroy the social, like, zeitgeist of what the Joker character was and is.
Jokers and put it in. But I would say the blueprint is the why so serious Joker. He's the best, which I will say, love it.
Rest in peace, Joker.
Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. In online communities, people will sometimes convince themselves that they're very similar to the Joker. Others think they are quite literally him. Some people have literally thought that they're like, I am the Joker.
I am the Joker. I totally would stage a big robbery and shoot all those men and then drive away in the bus. Just because I haven't done it yet, it means I haven't found the right goons.
They have the revelation that they must be in some sort of, quote, Truman Show style setup where the writers for the recent Joaquin Phoenix Joker movies are taking inspiration from his real life and putting it into the script. I mean, this feels like me exactly. But that's just the catalyst of like, they're just looking for something to latch onto. Yeah. This is because at the end of Joker 2, Joaquin sings a cover of the song
Holy
Love
shit.
Will Find You in
He's
the
talking
End during
about
the
Tina.
credits. He posted a link to his own
No,
cover
no,
of
we're
the song.
talking about Joker
Once you
2
were
now,
looking
so
for a
it's about
girl
Pippa.
he was into
Hello,
before the movie
Gahimli.
even came
Hope
out.
you're feeling
Actually,
better.
I would scare me. If I was like a big Joker fan, it's like, wait a minute.
You have to
What?
find
Yeah,
gooners.
that's
Not
bullshit.
gooners,
That's
just
like at the end, fucking
goons.
Joker sings Psychosocial, and everyone who did a cover singing on Psychosocial back in.
Stop with the psychosocial meme. You're gonna play the psychosocial meme, aren't you? But it's gonna be fucking like some goddamn anime.
2008 or 2009 on YouTube would be like, is the fucking Joker based off me, bro?
You never had that.
Okay,
like,
thank
moment
God
where
they
you're
didn't do
watching a movie,
that.
you're like, oh my God, this is me.
Well, when I start doing
no,
crack later today,
Never.
that's
They
good.
were quick to claim he is out of his mind and has serious.
I
main
hear meth
character
is better,
syndrome, And he
though.
responds by saying,
I don't want to be the Joker, man.
I just want some privacy.
as if Hollywood writers
To
are following
goon.
him around to steal details
Best
from his
gooners
life.
can do both.
Write that
I'm
down.
not a
Could you
best
imagine
gooner. I
if
need
someone
to be
actually
taught.
did that?
Here's the thing, I'm gonna say it. I legitimately believe they will do that. I believe they have done that, and they try to make it seem cutesy. There'll be a thing where, yeah, we'll watch this guy, and he'd take a bagel out of the trash can every day, and you're like we're watching some mentally ill person, and they like turned into a movie. That was the basis for the character, and it's like supposed to be cute. and
No
you're like, that's
clicker,
kinda
no
fucked up.
clicker,
They,
no
like, watch this
clicker, no
guy
clicker.
grovel in the trash.
That said
for
no crack for
whatever
me.
days.
No
It's like a
crack
little
for
thought
you.
experiment. You know what I mean? I could see it.
If
totally
you're
happening.
already on
In
the
2016,
listen,
Jared
your
Leto's
crack
version of
is a
the Joker
treat
was
once you
covered
hit
in
your target
tattoos,
goal
which
weight,
inspired
and then you'll
many
realize
others
that
to do
it's
the
not
same.
needed,
This was the
and then you'll never have to worry about crack.
evolution of the
Or
Heath Ledger Joker.
Can
you
believe
hit
that
your
was
target
10
goal
years
weight
ago?
and you do a little bit of crack. It's
I
a
can't
treat.
believe it's been that long. It is crazy. Well, if you think
It's
about
time
it,
to train,
Joker,
bud.
the Dark Knight, that's almost 20 years old. I'm old. Before
I'm
the
old
the
too.
Jared Leto Joker came out, people were
No, it's
drawing
time to
Heath
make
Ledger
sure the
with,
bed's
like,
warm and
face
then tuck me
tattoos
in.
and all that shit. I'm almost positive that's what even inspired the Jared Leto version. Shortly after the film's release, thousands of fans
Well, the
got
easiest
tattoos of
one's
the
always
Joker's
clicker
mouth on the back
training,
of their
treat
hands so they could
training,
recreate
or
the iconic pose with their hand covering their mouth.
financial
It's so
manipulation.
cringe. God, those have got to age so poorly. That's like getting a Hatchet Man tattoo. You know, the
Eh.
ICP logo, whatever. Sometimes when the fans get tattoos, they literally become
Now, Meat Canyon. Depending on where you get it, it's perfectly fine.
the Joker in the tattoo shop. After getting Joker's
Devi.
mouth scars
Devi.
and black circles tattooed around his eyes, one man claimed to have gotten up from
I seen the video of this guy, like, after he gets it done, he walks over to this and he looks into this. It's so fucking funny. I'm not gonna try to look for it now because there's probably 78 other fucking videos the exact same way, but man, just watching this guy have his little, like, fucking cringy aura farming moment. I'm in bed with my plushies, tray on my lap, and my bong, got snacks, and my nightstand. Aw, I'm jealous. But has a Hatchet Man tramp stamp. I do not have any psychopathic related ink on my body of any band from any era, past, present, or future, is affiliated with the label. Are you responsive to treats? Will meat work? Or do we get you one of those tube treat thingies? Slurp, don't pull out your meat and then dangle it in front of me in a means to train me. Someone's going to take this as a different thing.
in the chair and walked over to the mirror laughing.
I'm the Joker now.
Can you imagine that?
But yeah, I want to, like Meat Canyon just said, this guy literally does get out of the chair, stumble over, place his hands up there, giggling to himself the whole time while looking. And it's the funniest fucking thing, because he thinks he's badass. He thinks he's the coolest guy ever now with this. But it's so fucking stupid.
And walked over to the mirror laughing.
No, Slurp is a slime.
Can you imagine that? And the tattoo artist just sitting there in the back like... My immediate first thought is being, the motherfucker's not gonna pay me. Be like, lock the doors. He's gonna.
No,
he's
you
gonna
no
die.
no no
Oh,
no 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 no. You take the payment ahead of time from the dude who wants his face tattooed. Get hypnotized, swings it like a pendulum. Ooh, whoa! You can swing it like a pendulum. Goddamn.
This guy's gonna kill me.
You're my first victim.
You feel so submissive and breathable.
Actually, yeah, give me your best Joker
Ooh.
laugh.
No.
Give me your best Joker laugh.
I can't, dude.
I'm still just waiting for the treat.
Give me your best Joker laugh, Nick. Come on.
How does Joker laugh?
Well, that's up to you. What do you think Joker laughs like?
I like John DiMaggio's Joker because he's very like dry with it. He gets a little excited and energetic, but most of it he's just very dry. What if you get about a yoga swing so he can hotbox in it?
You know what though? That was pretty good. I'll give you credit. That was good.
I like the ones with there's a bunch of videos where like they have no self confidence. They're just like.
Well, exactly. I when people were just like me doing Joker, those
Yeah,
to me,
like
those
an
are the
inside
best YouTube
hammock.
videos. Laughing like Joker, it's just like.
Or an outdoor hammock. Or a big plot of land where I can run around and be free. And if it's
Also,
far
the
enough out in
amount
the
of anime
country,
influence
then I
they
could
put
be
into
naked.
this stuff too.
Someone definitely had a kid in the back of the class practicing his Joker
Oh
laugh
my
under
god!
his breath.
Even my school when the movie came out, there was definitely kids like.
Mods, put treats on this man's throne. He deserves it. The only mod here, Slorp, is Gahimli, my brother.
Society.
And he probably left when we started talking about any of this topic.
Oh, we had a kid who had a trench coat. He was badass. He'd jump.
School was just like, you cannot wear trench coats to school.
Oh, we had a kid who had.
Still the funniest fucking picture of Ben Shapiro. I have 3 of them. They're all younger than me.
Had a trench coat. He was badass. He'd jump up on like the concrete pillars and run like the
Shoot,
Matrix.
yep.
I don't know why there's always
No, you Goblin, you bring Schlort
We
back.
dubbed every kid
Goblin,
who was
you
like
bring
that, each
Schlort
year we got
back.
a new Dark Lord. It's like as they graduated, there had to be a new Dark Lord that came out. That was our big thing. It was like the new Dark Lord, and you always wear it like with pride.
Fucking prima
It was
donna
like a hand thing. I don't
princess,
know
I swear to God.
What is it with
Goblin,
they
you're
look at
sick.
their
Go
hand,
back
look
to
at their
bed.
face. Thank you. They do. Thank you.
Oh, God. Yeah, I want to know what the origin of that is because it's so like.
Goblin
It's anime to
apologized.
some
Slorp
degree,
did
but I
no
don't know.
wrong.
And it's just weird that they all gravitate towards it. It's fascinating. That's an anthropological. Fuck the Stanford prison experiment. That's the anthropological.
Apologize and then go to
What
bed.
is that?
I'm at work, brother. God damn.
You'll never understand.
Well, hopefully you don't shit yourself, but yeah, be at work. Quit bullying
Jesus
chat.
Christ. God help me. Good fucking God, dude. Also, what you said better there was so. It was like I never felt better. I'm bad. The next level of
I'm
fans
better.
all wrap their cars in Joker PNGs.
Well, I'm sorry,
You think
Schlorp,
it would
that
be
he
rare,
is
but
upset.
There have been multiple vehicles spotted wrapped
easily
with Joker
upsetting
colors
others.
and others that just plaster his face all over. Right? Not even the colors. They're just like fucking just put his
Makes
face
me
all
feel
over it.
better.
It's not just small
That's
vehicles
fucked up and
either.
evil
One
of
person
you.
found a truck with Heath Ledger's
I'm
Joker
in bed.
plastered on
I
the
soon
passenger
wish
door,
to be in
followed
bed.
by a trail of green flames spanning the entire length of the vehicle. All right, that was kind of badass. All right, credit where credit's due. Kind of sweet. Come on. To truly be the
Ooh,
Joker,
cool.
however, some people put their money where their mouth is and attempt to go out in the world and
Oh my
cause
God, that
fucking
truck looks like
chaos.
shit.
In 2017, 31-year-old Jeremy Putman put on a Joker mask and a cape before walking on the streets of
What do you mean mask? No, that's face paint. Getting unjustly punished, and I haven't even been a brat. Shake my head. That's a paddling.
Winchester, Virginia, holding a sword.
That's a studded paddle
Multiple
paddling.
concerned citizens saw the whole thing and reported him to the police, and it wasn't long before he was arrested. While in jail, he was charged with wearing a mask and concealing his identity in public, which could land him a 5-year prison sentence. God
But it was face paint. It's clearly face paint.
damn, you can't just wear a mask in public? There are infamous videos we've all seen, like
I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby clip that circulated over a decade ago. But that, at the very least, was an attempt at an acting performance, right? I mean, like, you know, you can't blame the guy for fucking doing a little sketch with his friends. Or
I mean,
playing
yeah,
Level
you
5. I don't know
can.
what he was doing, but it's a great clip. We love him for it. This video is undoubtedly beaten by another famous piece of Joker cringe, the Joker caught in the act, which is one of the hardest watches I've ever seen online. It
I
really is
guess
pretty
they
brutal.
must have.
It was uploaded by a college kid who would exclusively post videos of him doing Joker performances in front of his webcam. For the first time, he filmed himself doing it while wearing Joker makeup, only for his roommate and his friend to walk in on him. He asks,
Does he stay in character? Does he stay in character in the response, or does he break character to explain himself? Oh god, this could go really one of two ways. Technically three, but I don't care for the third option. Do you stay in character when responding, or do you just go, oh, guys, I'm doing the thing, leave me alone?
What's wrong with you, man? What are you doing? Making a video. Making a video?
Making a video. I'm having a good time on the computer. What you guys doing? You guys having a good time? I'm having a good time on my computer. Somehow I got reminded of people getting Juggalo face tattoos. Yeah, there's that one fucking guy who like complains about it, and it's the funniest shit. Because even like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was both of them, but I remember vividly Shaggy seeing the guy complain about his face tats and go, dude, you're stupid, you did it to yourself, like there's no one to blame but yourself. Ow, what ow, why are you stepping on me? Whose toes are those? Why are you stepping on me? Whose toes are those? Ugh.
Yeah. Why you pay your face,
Yeah.
bro? Because I'm being the Joker.
I'm being the
brutal,
Joker.
dude. One of them asked him to do the
I'm the
laugh.
Joker, baby. That's I was curious. Curiosity steps on the cat. Oh god, it is another Proto-Germa though.
And as soon as he does, things get really awkward and they leave to go play video games.
You gonna be an actor someday? No, probably not. It's just.
Are you gonna be an actor someday? No,
I'm
no.
gonna go eat this candy cane, play video games. Alright, fine.
Which, to be fair, I feel like the roommates were like, oh, it's good.
Well, I was gonna say the video, they could have really dug into him, but they seemed they're just like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I'm just being the Joker, and like they probably felt uncomfortable, but they didn't.
Another
Because
Germa.
The context, like the reason the video. Here's the thing too: if you want to do fucking Joker shit or whatever, upload. I mean, what you do, you know what I mean? But the silence and like it's just a thing too of like they're walking in on something that they shouldn't be. The guy obviously he has his fucking makeup on. He didn't think anybody was gonna walk in. It's just the whole context of the video. Watch through.
Stop
But I gotta
sniffing.
say it's a gem. Like I love that kind of video. It's so good. Other newer cringe videos consist of people dressing as the Joker and recreating the stare dance scene from the recent movies, whether it's in their parents' house or out in public while people are trying to pass through, which is always, come on. One woman named Evelyn filmed an awkward conversation she had with one of her coworkers at McDonald's that began with him stating, quote,
I've been told that my laugh is very reminiscent of the joke.
I have a cackle. Some of you've heard it before. And I have a cackle. But at no point have I ever, like, said, oh man, this one laugh I do sounds like the Joker. Other people can say that. And, like, they're not wrong. But no point in my life do I ever want to be like, oh, you want to hear the Joker? How bad is this gonna be? This is in a McDonald's too. That's the worst part. It's in a fucking McDonald's. He's gonna do this.
Joker.
The Joker, yeah.
Of the Joker, yeah.
Evelyn starts laughing from pure discomfort, which he takes as a green light to start going for an Oscar moment.
I hear it, I think.
Oh no, don't tell me it's 10 times longer than I think, because I'm expecting the video to be done now. That's 10 times longer than I can imagine. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Dude, stop the laugh. Are you laughing because I'm laughing? People who unironically do this should be shot. Shot in the knee and made to run a marathon. Brain humor is crazy. I wonder how brain processes stuff. With worms.
It's like,
what the fuck? Why so serious?
Like, what the fuck? Why so serious? That's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, what the fuck? Why so serious? Oh man, I hate that I'm laughing at it. I'm definitely laughing at it. I'm not laughing with it. I'm laughing at the situation. And this poor girl fucking mentally like breaking down.
That are the thing I'm finding with it is the
Joker
innocent
baby.
cases, because there are
Joker
cases
brain
of people
baby.
that are just scumbags that dress up as a Joker and use it for whatever. The people that do it in this way, it's like they feel like they have connected with a character that feels like an outsider. Where now they feel comfortable to
Yeah,
express
the
themselves,
best
which I don't
Joker.
think isn't, albeit cringe, isn't a bad thing.
DC,
When it comes to
hire
looking
that
for
man to
love,
be
some
Joker.
people will
Hire
proudly
Tommy
show off their
Wiseau.
Joker cosplay in their Tinder profiles. God, that's a good idea.
They're trying to get their Harley Quinn. That's what it is.
Oh, exactly, dude. I'm just
Wait.
idea.
They're trying to get their.
Why haven't I thought of some tiny little twink dressed up as Harley before? Okay.
Quinn,
Anywho, moving on.
Oh, exactly, dude. I'm just joking. Looking.
This
for
does not
Harley.
spark joy.
The Joker
Many
isn't just being
things
the United
in
States.
today's
Just take a
age
look at the man
honestly
on
don't.
TikTok, aptly dubbed Indian Joker.
Indian Joker.
Who would go viral numerous times simply for morphing his face into
I
a creepy
forgot
Joker
about Indian Joker when he
Indian
just.
Joker copycat videos from both adults and children. One Indian Joker fan even took this act to the stage to put on a show for a live audience. I love that Joker is he's international.
It's almost in a way a sign of like peace and bringing people together.
It is. I want
Joker
Indian
is the
Joker, I want
sign of
Chinese
peace. You
Joker,
make
I
fun.
want
Ooh,
Russian
Chinese
Joker, I
Joker?
want German. I want all of them. While people's love for the Joker has been steadily growing, their love for his girlfriend
Our
Harley
boy
Quinn
Harley
is also
kinda
reaching
goes
the
crazy.
same levels of obsession and cringe. Over the past few years, Harley Quinn cosplays have grown massively popular, especially after more recent Suicide Squad movies. With Margot
When you
Robbie
mentioned
getting
Twink
that
Harley,
movie
I just
stuff
thought of the
easy.
gay
Now you
little
can't go to
monkey
any
boy
convention
at the
or
Apple
use any
Store.
platform without seeing a gooner-pilled Harley Quinn cosplayer, right? When the goings
I mean, whatever
get
checks the
good,
box,
they're
I
getting
guess.
good. Right? I don't know. Got that. For several years, Harley Quinn was one of the most popular Halloween costumes for both adults and children, with many parents upset or refusing to let their children dress as
Luffy
her. I probably
Blanco.
don't blame that. It's a fucking short shorts and fishnets.
Put her in the onesie, like the
Animated show one. Yeah. Just last year, DC released an official fart fetish comic titled
Stop
Harley
with the
Quinn
fart fetish
Fartacular.
one.
Subtle
Stop with the
but
fart
deadly
fetish
number
one.
This is real. This is a real thing. And I'll tell you what, people went crazy for it. This is so funny. This is so cute. Fans were shocked that this
No,
was
it's
actually real
awful.
and couldn't believe that DC produced it. After doing some digging, however, fans found out that DC has always written Harley as canonically gassy.
Ooh, my tummy, Mr. J.
Yeah, Mr. J, I got IBS. In 2017,
Mr.
DC
J,
released an
too much
animated
dairy
comic called
products.
Batman and Harley Quinn, which showed both characters
Stop,
teaming
this
up.
is
In
the
one of scenes,
worst
Harley Quinn
fucking-
repeatedly
oh,
farts in the
God.
back of the Batmobile until
Listen. I'm the last person to say Bruce Timm shouldn't be doing anything Batman related, given it behind me is like basically the complete collection of the original Batman, the animated stuff. But like, man, him making Bruce and Barbara a canonical thing, awful. And then this, just take that old man and hit him in the knees. Oh my god, hot girl tummy hurt disease. She's just like me. I'm literally Harley Quinn. Oh my god. Schlarp, are you gonna put on the skin tight bodysuit like that? I mean, ow, you have IBS as well, just like Harley Quinn. You are so relatable to the character. Wow. These comics should come with scratch instant. Goblin, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I get to see you soon in the coming weeks. I'm gonna remember this, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
until Batman is forced to pull over to a gas station from the stench.
Oh, holy.
It's not so bad. Smells like discipline.
I hate that Kevin Conroy had to say that fucking goddamn line. The elf is
like how prevalent this shit is in like Japan, and they're like anime people.
5'10". That's taller than a dwarf and shorter than a real human, which is 6
It's
feet.
the biggest audience. Just given who the Joker is as a character, you can probably imagine how many people take their love of the character way, way too far. P. Diddy.
Hi. The P. Diddy Joker.
In prison on charges for racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Once dressed up like the Joker and scared the shit out of people on the streets of New York,
Whoa.
which it is. Ironically, Diddy just so happens to do a very
No, he's right. This would make more money than the Sydney Sweeney
getting
soap.
in a fight with another known actor.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers had such a problem with his portrayal of their character, they had the lawyer send him a letter telling him he is no longer allowed to dress up as the Joker. Probably because they fucking knew what was going on.
Yeah, they knew what. They're like, they saw the lawsuits coming.
Yeah, Diddy, we have to. You got to take it off.
Whoa.
Why so serious?
My Labubu.
Other maniacs like 51-year-old battle rapper Jeremy Garnier have been arrested after making public threats while adorning a Joker costume.
Or La
In
Bud
2020,
Bud,
Jeremy went
as
live
some
on
would call
Facebook
it.
to theatrically announce that he's the Joker between taking from his.
They
For some reason,
1000%
he
knew.
mentions wanting to bring awareness to opioid addiction, claiming, "quote Opioids aren't cool and heroin's for fools."
Heroin's
He then
for
explains he's going to
fools.
start killing people.
Now
until
I'm the
his stream
Joker.
reaches 1,000 people.
Start off strong and positive.
The Midnight Toker. Get my lovin' by my hand.
After that, he claims he's going to go out in public and kill some more, all while unarmed. All right, I was curious.
Stop
to like,
swaying
that's kinda
these
cool.
sinful hips, you
Anti-drug
harlots.
Joker here is pretty funny. Of course, this man was incredibly unwell. His attempt to go out to a
No,
mall immediately
I
leads to him
refuse.
being stopped by police. He eventually finds his way
I'll
into
just
a
be
random
swaying
bar where
them
he rants to the
impatiently in
camera
bed soon
about
enough.
a million different things until the police show up
Against
once
my
again and arrest him
wonderful,
while he's still alive.
fuzzy
Jeremy
blanket.
was charged with one count of making terroristic threats and served around 5.5 months in jail. Which I will say, I don't know if we get into this at all, but there's a very large correlation with Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok live people that dress up like Jokers, like mentally unwell people that dress up like Joker and go on live and do like IRL streaming. And like they're either e-begging or they're doing, it's like that kind of shit. But for some reason, Joker is like, that's such a huge character for them. In Ireland, in 2010, 17-year-old Christopher Clancy wanted to take revenge against his school. Uh-oh. He didn't like the way the school treated his friends. After leaving the school entirely, he prepped 6 large jerry cans filled with petrol oil. He also put together a full-on Joker outfit. Then one day, when the school was out, he cut through a wire fence and went inside the building through a smashed window. Once there, he dumped the petrol all over the school and lit the entire place ablaze. All the while, Christopher was filming the chaos to show his friends later. He was caught and arrested, eventually pleading guilty, though he was only received 240 hours of community service as punishment.
Wait,
And in the
that's
end,
it?
Over $1 million of damage was done to the school. Pretty crazy. Pretty wild. In San Francisco, 33-year-old
You got the
Joshua
lightest
Van
sentence ever.
Bushkirk
Would you
was
240
caught after
hours of
stringing
community
arson
service for
fires.
doing
It
$1
all
million
started around the
worth
time
of fucking
Joshua
property
had gotten
damage?
divorced from his wife, causing him to go full Joker. He had dumped gasoline all over a Ford Ranger and set it on fire, leaving a Joker card at the scene of the crime as a
Leaving a Joker card.
God. Good God. This is all because Heath Ledger burned that stack of money. You know, that's why they're all obsessed with the fire thing now, too. This continued as he'd done the same thing only a month later, this time leaving lube alongside his typical calling card.
Ayo.
What are you getting at, Joker?
The sexy Joker?
What are you trying to get at, Joker? What are you getting at here? The next day, he decided to ramp things up by throwing a Molotov cocktail into someone's home, though hardly any damage was done. To end the day on the high note, Joshua found yet another house and repeated the same crime, this time while children were sleeping in the house. Uh-oh. As it turns out, these victims were not random, and in fact, were all groomsmen and other people.
Depending
who
on
attended
how
the wedding
shitty
party
the
for him.
school
He was
has
arrested
been
and charged
and
with a
how
bail
they
set
actually
at
treated his
$1.2
friends, he might have been based for that
45-year-old
actually.
Anthony Newman from the UK
True.
constantly referred to himself as a Joker and fully believed he was the DC villain in the flesh. At some point, he started dating a woman named Jenny Dalton, which he called his Harley Quinn.
Jenny.
And over the 2 years the couple dated, Anthony would regularly stalk Jenny and even camp in her backyard for days. Oh. Whoa. He would spray paint Joker-esque messages on her garden
Well,
wall
haha.
and even created
That's
a
Dan
body
Henschel.
pillow of Jenny, taping her face onto it as well as giving it the Joker t-shirt. Motherfucker definitely cut a hole in that pillow.
Yeah.
And in August of 2023, Anthony painted his face and dyed his hair to look like the Joker and began to strangle Jenny in her bedroom to the point where she passed out.
Oh. Oh.
What? Why do we always have to go here, Nick? Why do we always have to... God damn. Anthony claimed that Ginny started the fight by grabbing him first, and his actions were all in self-defense. When he went to trial, he pleaded not guilty, but was charged with attempted murder, attempted grievous bodily harm, and intentional strangulation. He is currently still on trial, awaiting his sentencing.
Big deep breath. There you go.
It's so interesting that it doesn't matter where you're in the world, this Joker, it feels like that could have been in a trailer park in Missouri. That could have been in a trailer park in Georgia. Could have been somewhere in the Midwest. You know, the Joker, it's so interesting that it doesn't
Justice
matter where you're at, it's
finds a
all the
way.
same, man. At the end of the day, does it really matter if you like to dress up as the Joker and be a little
Because
crazy?
they think it's
You know what? I mean, a
kooky
lot of
to
times,
do it
it's fucking good for you, man. Do what you
when
wanna
they
do,
feel
be
like it,
yourself,
because that's
love
what the
yourself.
Jonkler
Just
would
make
do.
sure you don't go off the deep end and fucking
The
hurt
Jonkler
somebody,
doesn't ask
right?
for consent.
Anthony,
He just
hello?
acts
Also, if you find that you 100%
as a
relate to the
fictional
Joker
character.
in
I
every
mean,
way,
oh, yo,
you're not
Joker with that
acting
drip.
misunderstood, you're probably in need of some therapy.
No. Where is he? It's like, it's this guy right here, but this isn't the video I want. Oh, you are the dude. Okay.
You can't do that. Oh, you can't wear that. God forbid.
God forbid.
God forbid.
God forbid.
A white boy. Get a
Get a
little
little motion.
Everybody loses their minds.
Oh,
You
it's
see,
the dumbest
this
fucking
is
thing.
how crazy
Do-rag
Batman's
Joker's
made
so
Gotham.
funny.
And it changes. Starting tonight, I will be wearing the silky
I'll be wearing
with
the
the bust
silky.
down AP. Louis V loafers. And this ain't Moissanite. Believe me, I'm a man of my word. You can't.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. See, that's what you should be achieving with trying to be insert character. You got to give it a little flair. You got to give it its own little unique personality. Anyone can put on the paint and just say, "Look, I'm the kooky man." But it takes an extra little level of genuine charisma to put on the silky and the Louis loafers and that bling and show everyone that, yeah, a white boy can get a little motion.
All right? Hunter's tip. Check yourself
Hunter's
out.
tip.
Might do yourself some good. That's all we have for today, guys.
Hunter's tip,
Stay
don't be a
joking, and
psychopath.
We'll see you next time.
Or like, be a more creative psychopath. I think being a more creative psychopath probably in the long run's the best. Alright, I technically have 2 more videos, but Dad, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a big bitch and I'm really tired. So I'm gonna do the executive decision of saying, you know, 4 hours is pretty good, right? Right? But yeah, big bitch baby is gonna have his comfy bed. I'm gonna go take a shower. Scrub my ass real clean. Go lay in bed like a big sap. And then maybe we do long stream tomorrow. Maybe I do more Mugenics because I'm addicted to that game. Maybe I pick one of the several games that I have fully downloaded and finally play one of those. A little Mugenics, some Deadlock perhaps? No, Schlarp, I'm going to be honest. I am running off of very little sleep to begin with, so I am the eepiest of boys. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna wrap myself in my blanket. I'm gonna get all snuggly wuggly, and I'm totally not gonna touch my peen because that would be against what Jesus wants me to do. Jesus wants me to take out a fat fucking loan and give him all the money. And I can't do that, maybe play with this, pants grab, slaps hand. But thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for a 10 stream. I will be back probably tomorrow, unless God decides that I can't. Which is still up in the air. He's been a bitch lately. Ugh, get all snuggly wuggly in the EP. I will. Now who the fuck is... Who's on first? Or for that matter, second and third. Or home plate even. Oh, you're already on. Oh, you're already offline. Okay. You're done probably very soon. Same with you. Well, go see who we can bug. Chat, remember, if you stream, you can always just get a browser extension to mute your tab. You should always go check to see who the fuck you're rating beforehand, just in case they're ending or have already ended and your player just hasn't updated. Too many times have I seen people raid into somebody who's already offline. It's really funny that happens, but I also feel really bad for the individual that did it. Fatal Frame stream. We're gonna go say hi to Grimmy. I have that as a basic thing on my Water Fox. Yeah. No, I like Brave has many good built-in features. Like a constantly updated fucking ad blocker, which is my favorite feature of it. Yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Grimmy. We'll just say a hi, Smile Raid. Use my emote, use any emote you want. I don't give a shit. If you do want to use one of my emotes, though, for 80 channel points, you can rent it for 24 hours. So that is one of those few things I can't refund. But if you want, yeah. Yeah, Grimmy is playing sponsored Fatal Frame stream, and she has a Fatal Frame inspired outfit. It's very cute. The Brave search is my favorite. It's pretty good. Like, overall, it's a pretty good fucking browser. Anywho, I will see you all soon. Thank you for hanging out. If you wish, I have Discord. We watch movies. Maybe we watch Ted 1 and 2 soon. Maybe I do Ted 1 and 2 tomorrow, because probably doing it on like a Friday afternoon would get like the most people able to watch it, because that would also be like a Saturday morning for other people. Also, I have YouTube if you wish to. Whoa, that opened up a thingy. I don't want that. I also have YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube as well if you want to join on the other side. Throne. Don't look at the newest thing that got added to the Throne. It's one of the last things on there. But one of you is a sick little moo cow. And I don't know if that website will even ship it to my home, but we'll find out in the future. I mean, no, we won't, because no one will buy it, you sick little moo cows. And my socials, if you want to find me on Twitter or Blue Sky, or technically I'm also on TikTok, but I keep forgetting to add that as a thingy. But also, you can just type. If you use it, you can just type. I believe in you. You're a strong, independent, fully formed flesh bag. All right. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm going to go sip a big, giant glass of water, piss until my bladder turns into a shriveled raisin, and then crawl in bed and die for 2 to 3 hours, knowing my luck. My flesh bag is not formed. I'm fetal shaped. See, I could have worked off my flesh bag's not formed as like a bit, but the second you said fetal shaped, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Or my 10-foot pole pants grab. See, that's the closest I can do the original intended bit. But yada, 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 yada. Okay, I love you all. Now, be good to yourself. Get yourself your own big sippy of water. Maybe a meal if you haven't had anything in your system for a bit. Pay your sleep debt. Enjoy preferably a whole 8 hours. No, that ain't happening. That ain't fucking happening. I'm not that lucky. $5. $5. Nothing for free. But yeah, pay your sleep debt, because we all know you haven't been sleeping. That's not a call out post to myself. But most importantly, get the fuck out of my goddamn home. I'm going to bed. Okay, goodbye. 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 Goodbye, 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 goodbye. I love you all. Now get the fuck out. Goodbye.
You're all